Basically, it's not gonna be like a debate. We're just gonna talk about the ins and outs of Twitch, essentially. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be for a lot of you guys. We're just gonna be talking about Twitch. What makes Twitch tick? The differences between how it was before versus how it is now. Small streamers versus big streamers. How to get exposure. How to use that exposure wisely. What makes a good streamer, what makes people get really big, anything, you know what I'm saying? That has to do with Twitch. So we'll be talking with him a little bit because he's been in the streaming game for a really long time. He's actually been a streamer longer than I have. I remember he was on, I'm pretty sure he was on Owned, but yeah, we'll save it for the talk.
My dude, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing? Is this the first time we've ever actually talked to each other?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Right when I was thinking that 2 seconds ago, right before you moved me in, I was like, "This is gonna be the first time we've ever talking, like ever."
Oh shit! Well, I see you on Twitter sometimes. I see you streaming games. You're pretty good at them. Yeah.
Debatable. I do okay.
Okay.
Do okay.
You're a pretty good streamer. Yeah. What's up?
I do okay. It's the only topic probably on the planet that I'm like. I feel like I have at least a little bit of insight in after doing it for like 5 years. You've been, you know, what's funny is you've been doing it a lot longer than I'm not sure about a lot longer than I have. 'Cause when I first started streaming, I went to Owned first.
Oh yeah,
I saw you on Owned. You used to be on Owned, right?
Unfortunately, yeah. That's one of the biggest career mistakes I made. But yeah.
Yeah. So did you end up leaving Owned because it went down, or did you just decide to make the switch before it went under?
So originally, I started streaming about 7 years ago. I collected my first paycheck, I want to say in December of 2010, for like $200.
7 years.
Yeah, that was from Justin TV. So Justin eventually rebounded to Twitch. I was on Twitch for a while, but then Owned made me a really huge offer, a big CPM bump, and like at the time it was a lot of money, $15,000 cash down to switch over to their program, right? Which 5 years ago was sure, I'll take that. So I moved over to Owned, but then Owned slowly started to creep. They were getting late on paychecks. They'd never paid me for my subscriber revenue, and then eventually, like 8 months into that, I was like I have to leave. Like I have bills and shit to pay. I can't like fuck around with this esports bullshit, like waiting on payments that may never come. So eventually I switched back to Twitch. Yeah.
No shit. How big did you get on Twitch before you switched to Owned?
It hurts to say it, dude. I used to be the largest streamer in the world for like probably a year and a half. I was the biggest StarCraft 2 streamer, and then StarCraft 2 was the largest game in the world, so naturally I was kind of on top.
I've heard this. I've heard that you were one of the big dogs in StarCraft, and that was unfortunately before my time.
Yeah. But then, StarCraft started to whittle away in popularity. League kind of took it over. I tried to make the transition to League, but I fucking hate this game.
I see you play it sometimes.
Yeah. So I just kind of hover around this 2,000 to 3,000 viewer mark. Just kind of doing my thing. Yeah.
I hear. It's all good. I understand. I imagine I'll be somewhere along that line too, at some point in my career. I mean, 7 years, man. That's a long time. I think I've been doing it for 5 now. I'm like 5 in like 20 days or something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
For 5 years. Yeah,
and you don't have I noticed because like I kind of watch I watch a lot of like the other big streamers. I follow Rekful's fan base, Ice Poseidon's fan base, a couple others. So I'm curious. It seems like one of the comments that I've always made about you is it seems like you do pretty good. I don't want to say anything really retarded because I miss it, but it seems like you do pretty good for the most part of like you continue to like work and you stay out of like major like really fucked up drama and whatnot. It's not like I go and look at you and like, oh, like you've only been streaming like 20 hours over the past month. Like what's going on? Like it seems like you put out a fuck ton of hours and you keep at it. So good job, dude.
Yeah, staying out of the drama as much as possible. I love when drama happens, though.
Yeah, of course.
The popcorn, hanging out. I love it, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty entertaining. Yeah, definitely.
It's good times. It's definitely good times. But yeah, I didn't necessarily want to like debate or anything. I just wanted to like casually have a conversation because I was telling my channel, right? Because I was talking one night about like just like some guy, you probably get this a lot too, asking about advice about streaming, and like you shoot him some advice and yada yada yada, and then you start ranting about like the things about Twitch and all that good stuff. And I was telling my chat, I was like, dude, I just like going to events and stuff like that. One of the big reasons I like going to them is because you finally get to talk to someone or other streamers who've done what you do, who've kind of lived the life that you live, and you get to like have conversations about like your work. So that's like one of my favorite conversations to have is just about Twitch and about streaming in general and like video games and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was just telling him, I was just like, I know Destiny does like all these debates and stuff, and like not necessarily debate, but like he's always got some cool things to say.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and it's unique for the streaming thing because like if they don't do it, you can't really relate it to any other kind of work. Like.
Oh, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. I get it all the time, man. Oh, I still to this day get the, if I even mention it as a job, you don't use the J word on Twitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because then you're gonna start getting the lols, job, lol, like I'm a fucking construction worker, you know, the kind of thing, you know?
Sure.
Get a real job. Man, to this day, still, man, after 5 years, I thought that shit was gonna go away eventually.
Nope. How do you, I'm just curious, I asked this now because I'm really curious. How do you describe it when people in real life ask, like, what do you do?
It depends how lazy I am. If the really, really lazy answer is YouTube.
Okay, that's, yeah. That's, I usually say something like, I kind of do, I'll say, like, I'm into, like, kind of like online video entertainment. It's kind of like YouTube, like that kind of thing. Right, that's pretty much, yeah.
I'll hit them with, it's YouTube, but it's live.
Yeah, oh, fuck. Do you watch my, are you jacking my shit? That's pretty much exactly what I say.
Too?
I say, it's kind of like YouTube with video games, but it's live, it's not pre-recorded. That's like exactly what I say, yeah, holy shit.
That's the best way to put it.
Yep.
If you want to be real edgy, you can just hit them with, I'm a male entertainer on the internet.
The problem is that, like, when you're filling out paperwork and shit, and you kind of, like, read it over, and you're going through, and it's like, self-employed online video entertainment. It's like, I don't know what kind of message I'm sending here, you know?
I hear you. I've had, like, I remember when I tried leasing my house for the first time, when I just decided to get into a house. They thought, like, I was a complete scam.
Yeah.
So they weren't going to give it to me and stuff like that.
Yep.
Gotta love it.
I know those feels. Thankfully, I've got the history now, so, like, people ask me, like, what do you do? I'm pretty blunt. Like, I play video games. I'm like, really? Well, I'm going to need some tax returns. Like, yeah, dude, here's the last 7 years. Like, knock yourself out, man. I've been here a while. Yeah.
I'm going to need some tax returns. Yeah, no shit, man. That's the big one. Yeah, that's the one thing I hate about streaming the most is definitely taxes, without a doubt.
Do you have any, like, cool, like, tax tips or tricks or anything?
Not really, man. I don't really do a whole lot. I hire a CPA and I pay. You know what's funny is I pay. So it's like what I do is I have the LLC, and then I pay myself and my manager as employees of that LLC.
Yep, I think we do the same thing. You do the sole proproprietor, right? Sole owner kind of thing? Yeah.
And I send the entire paycheck. The entire paycheck that I get on a month-to-month basis is sent to the IRS, basically.
Yeah. Yep. Because then you keep the difference.
This is the first year. Exactly. This is the first year that they're asking me to do it every 2 weeks now instead of every month, which is fucking ridiculous.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
I already do
bi-weekly.
Oh no, I guess I only do monthly. Why are they asking you to do it every 2 weeks?
I'm not 100. I mean, I could say it's probably because money increased lately because of like Twitch Prime and such.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I don't know. Okay, I'm not sure how Twitch Prime is settled for everybody, but for me, Twitch Prime.
Why
completely, it like tripled my numbers.
Yeah, it was even more significant for me because I offloaded all of my subs onto my own website, so a lot of people didn't even ever like subscribe to me on Twitch. And then when Twitch Prime rolled around, I think it was like a 7 times increase. Like Twitch went from being something that I didn't really ever make that much money off of, into something that's like a pretty decent chunk of my income now. Yeah, that was pretty fucking crazy. Yeah.
Dude, that's got to be a good feeling. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's a little crazy.
Did you pick up?
I heard, and plus I heard that they're about. I don't know if they've already done it, but they're about to do Twitch Prime or rather Amazon Prime worldwide.
Yeah, I was gonna say they already did it. I was gonna ask if you saw like a significant bump from that.
How long ago did that happen?
It's like 2 or 3 days ago. It was pretty recent, I think.
Oh, okay. I haven't gotten any crazy bumps. Have you?
No, but I didn't pimp it out a lot. And most of your good fans are in fucking America anyway. Fuck the rest of it, right? There were a lot of people that when that rolled out, they were doing like 24-hour streams, like right when it happened, to try to capture a lot of that revenue and whatnot. So,
I gotcha. So when you first started streaming, what was your game? What got you on the map?
It was a couple things. I guess I started streaming StarCraft. I was always like pretty good at StarCraft, like kind of like semi-pro level.
Even before you were a streamer?
No, definitely not before I was a streamer, because I didn't have the time to play that much. But once I was a streamer, yeah, I got pretty good at the game. At one point, I was competitive with almost anybody at one point in time. But
oh, shit.
Yeah, basically, back when I started, I think it was Kyle that actually. I have a real life friend, Kyle. I think he mentioned something that like, oh, hey, on Team Liquid on this one website, there are people that when they play video games, they broadcast it to other people. And I've always been kind of like a funny dude in real life. Like people usually like hanging out with me and playing games and whatnot. And that's kind of what I do, right? It's always been like a fun thing. It's like, oh, cool, I can just do this like people on the internet. Like it seems like a lot of fun. And I didn't even really think of the financial part of anything at that point because that didn't exist. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Back in the really, really early days, we were using websites like it was Livestream and Ustream were like the two websites that people were starting to use. This is back when your maximum allowed bit rate for streaming was like 300 kilobits per second.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I remember like something with Xfire. Didn't Xfire do something like that? Where you can like...
It's possible. I bring up Ustream and Livestream because those were the two big ones that I was familiar with, but there were a ton of other like sites that were trying to like pop up and kind of jump into it. So I'm sure there were others as well.
I gotcha.
When did you start streaming? Did you like see some dude and you really wanted to do it, or did you just kind of chance into it, or?
Yeah, pretty much chance. I was actually at my other job when I saw like my first stream, and it was just like a Counter-Strike player. And it's funny because Counter-Strike, because it was before Counter-Strike Go existed, right? It was 1.6 was like, and Source Route. And I was a 1.6 player, and I thought I was pretty good at the game. And I had no intention like getting into it being funny, being entertaining, like doing anything. I was just like, yeah, I'm a good Counter-Strike player. Maybe people want to watch me play Counter-Strike. And I didn't even think I'd be talking to chat that much. They'd just be watching a guy that thought he was good at Counter-Strike. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, yeah, I just started doing it. I think I was like the first like Counter-Strike streamer to ever be consistent streaming, and the only one to ever even use a camera, to be honest. Cause,
yeah.
And back then, Twitch, which is the reason I went to own first, Twitch didn't even have a game category for 1.6. So I was like, well, fuck. You know, Ohm does, so I guess I'm going there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you what was your job before getting into streaming?
Well, I originally lived in California and I worked at a LAN center, but it was kind of like I was just like at a dead end point in my life where I was 25 years old. I didn't have shit for myself. I lived in California, so everything was super expensive. So I moved to Colorado and just like be able to get something for myself. It's like twice as cheap out here. And when I got out here, I got a job at Time Warner Cable, so I was a cable call rep.
Gotcha.
And just doing streaming like for fun on the side. And yeah, one day just kind of lucked out and decided to just attempt it going full time. I think it was like a combination of I couldn't stand my fucking job one more day going to that place.
Yeah.
And some guy like donated me a bunch of money to try full time.
I'm sorry, how old did you say you were again?
I'm 30 now.
You're 30 now. Okay, so you're 25. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm really, really, really curious because I feel like this has a very heavy impact on me. Do you think that your prior work experience like pushes you to do the streaming thing a lot, or do you think it has no impact, or you'd feel more or less the same way about it, or?
I think it has an impact in the sense that like I know what fucking shit jobs are like, you know what I mean, and like it's awful. So when I look at like if I ever have like a frustrating day on stream or something like that, I can always just sit there and tell myself like, hey man, you fucking play video games for a living. You don't have to go back to those awful jobs that you had before. You know what I mean?
These are like all of my fucking talking points. Like I don't even know if I'm getting trolled right now. Like I feel the exact.
You're being me right now, or what?
No, you're being me. Like I feel the exact same way. Like I say this shit all the fucking time on stream. When you see people like complaining about stream, like, oh, it's really hard, and it is hard work. We put up with a lot of shit. But like there's a huge difference between the people that are like 25 plus, and I don't even know how many of us there are, versus the people that like got into streaming like when they were still in college and like they didn't even have jobs and whatnot. Like I noticed that huge difference. Like anytime I see people like I only streamed like 22 hours last month. Like I don't know, I just didn't really feel like doing it. It's like, dude, like you should try and get like a real shit job, a real like customer service job. I guarantee you will never fucking go back to like normal work. Like the perspective helps a ton, right?
Yeah, 100%. I think it like helps humble you too. It's like it's like the idea of like if you get popularity too soon when you're young and you've never even held a job in your life, like you're not going to know the value of a dollar. You're not humble. You're kind of just, you might turn into that dickhead that nobody likes, right?
Yeah, and that's like the thing. Like it's like if you're in college and you start making thousands and thousands or tens of thousands of dollars a month, like streaming, like what does that mean to you, right? What does it really mean?
Yeah.
Like what does money mean to anybody, right? For people I imagine like for you and me, like money is time. Like when I start streaming now, when I think of like what I make like in a month, I'm like this used to take me like half a year to a year of backbreaking work to earn. Like that was a lot of fucking time, and now I can like you can clock a donation that would have been like a monthly paycheck, like in a single day or two. Like the time thing is like a really big deal. I think it teaches you the value of money like hardcore.
I 100% agree. Yeah, definitely. Shit, man, it's crazy to think that there was just like you were doing it at one point for just nothing but fun, sole fun, like, right? And I was making like I had like 200 viewers at one point. I think making $10 a month just off the ad revenue.
Sure. I think I opened the PayPal early, so yeah, I remember my first paycheck was like $200, and I would get like a $2 donation every here and there, which was like at the time that's like the coolest fucking thing in the world. Like people are paying me like a couple dollars, like pay video games. Like this is fucking sick as shit, Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I just used to think it was crazy to think that there was just like when I would get like 10 to 20 viewers, I'd be like, dude, there's 20 fucking people sitting in their room watching me right now on their monitor. Like that used to blow my mind.
But now you turn your stream on and it's like, it's been like an hour and there's only like 10,000 people in here. Like, fuck, it must be a really shit stream today. Like, oh, I must be off my game.
Exactly. I mean, you don't think about each individual person or how many people can possibly like fit in like maybe like a football stadium, what it would look like. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So you just kind of see it like, as the number, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I guess that's like, it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing, right? Like you want to appreciate every single viewer, but at the same time, it's like you kind of have to numb yourself to that, so you're not feeling nervous. You're just kind of in your normal groove. Everything's all good,
Yeah.
So, yeah, streaming, dude. So how do they get? Okay, okay. How is streaming different nowadays? Because I always tell people, like, in the sense that small streamers complain quite a bit about maybe big streamers not giving them enough exposure, or it being a completely different world on Twitch nowadays where it's impossible to make it. Like, what do you think of that? Is it impossible to make it?
It's hard. I mean, so here's the problem. I don't like to compare these things because the landscape is so much different. So, like, let me give you, like, pros and cons, right? I've told this story to my chat, because a lot of people ask these kinds of questions, right? This is really common. People ask you, is it harder to get into today? So, like, today, if you want to break into it, you're competing against tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of other streamers. So you either have to be really, really good or really, really funny, right? So in that sense, is it more difficult to get into it? Yeah, probably. But in other ways, it's a lot easier, right? Like, I guess if you jumped in at around, what, 2013?
2012.
2013. So things were a little bit more figured out, but the tech side was still, like, pretty up in the air on a lot of things, Maybe not so much at that. I don't know how much you remember, but, like, so, like, in my early days, the reason why I pulled out ahead early on was because I was really big on my stream quality. But in order to get my stream to the quality that I wanted it to, you were using a ton of software that not very many people knew much about. So back in my day, we used something. Have you ever heard of Adobe Flash Media Live Encoder?
No.
So these nice programs like XSplit and OBS, these didn't exist, right? So you used a program called XSplit, or you used a program called, it was like Flash Media Live Encoder. And all that did was actually encode information that you sent to it. From there, you would have to launch another program. We used, I think, Camtasia Studio at the time that would capture the video from the stream. Then you had to use several iterations of, like, a virtual audio cable to route all of the audio appropriately. You had to have them all plugged in and channeled the right way. And then you needed sometimes to plug in a separate encoder, right? And, like, the one I remember back in the day, one thing that gave me the edge was there's this weird, like, Japanese, like, H.264 codec or encoder or some shit. I don't even know. Like, all the documentation for this shit was, like, in Japanese. You couldn't read or understand any of it. And back in these days, if you needed help with something, like, nobody knew what you were doing. Nobody had any fucking idea. Like, nobody had experience with any of this. So you were like messed, like, configuring these programs and files. You had no fucking idea, right? And all of this was so that you could squeeze as much quality as you could into, like, the 300 to 500 kilobits per second that they would actually let you stream.
So if your stream was looking like that, what the fuck did other people's streams even look like back then?
It was a sad days. We were very far off of the 60 frames per second, 1080p standard or whatever that.
No shit, man.
Yeah, it was like really crazy difficult to get any of that set up. You needed to be like a real go-getter. Like, you had to know how to find this information out for yourself because nobody was going to help you with it.
So you jumped out of the gates basically swinging with just good quality.
Yeah, I always had, like, an affinity for, like, tech-related stuff. So, it was a pretty natural extension of that knowledge, just researching stuff and looking it up and all that.
I hear you. Two things. One, I always preach to my chat about the qualities of stream, right? Like, what you need to make it. And I'll tell my channel, like, straight up, if you have all three or all four of the qualities, it's almost impossible not to be successful on Twitch. Okay. Is my opinion. And that is, you're either really, so obviously you can have one of these traits, you can have all of these traits, you can have 2 of the 3, 2 of the 4, whatever, right? And the traits are, in my opinion, you're really, really good at the video game.
Yeah.
Way better than the average, right? So that people will come to you and watch you to learn or just, be in awe of whatever. You're really, really funny, i.e. guys like Tim the Tap Man, just funny dudes, making you laugh all the time, just having a good overall time. You're really, really interactive with your chat, i.e. Co-Carnage. You just have a really great community. You talk with the chat like crazy so that they feel like, there's like a friendship boiling there. And then obviously the fourth one is like you're an extremely attractive female. Okay, and you know what's funny about
Yeah.
the female thing? Real quick, since we're laughing about it, is the general idea that people have is that females have it easy, and I actually think nowadays it's opposite of that. I think now that the bar has been stepped up for how fucking good looking you have to be successful on Twitch as a female, that mediocrity doesn't really cut it for females anymore when it comes solely for the looks.
Kind of. So like the way that I view the female thing is that being a really attractive woman is a gimmick, right? What it is it's something that gets people's feet in the door, but you have to have something past that to keep them interested. So like unless you I'm trying to I don't follow like all the girl streamers and shit as much as I guess when these topics were hotter, but like I don't think that there are very many like successful female streamers that only look good. Like they have to have one of the other qualities you mentioned. They have to either interact with their chat a lot, be somewhat good at a game, or like there has to be that. I don't know any like booby streamers that are like really really good at games, right? I could be wrong, but I've never seen that, right? But like you have to be like you either have to be like really fucking hot and like offering like tons of other like Instagram, Snapchats, like you got to be like really big on that game, or you have to be really attractive in combination with some other thing like chat interaction or community interaction or something like that, right? Like that's the really, you have to have more there. Otherwise, what'll happen is like, because I remember back in the day, and I'm not shit talking any particular streamer. I'm friends with a lot of these people. Like for somebody like do you remember Nee Coleslaw? Yeah. So like Nee Coleslaw, for example, was somebody that came onto the scene, massive fucking boobs, might have even been into pornography or cam stuff or something. I don't remember. Okay. But she blew up huge, got like 10 or 15,000 I think viewers like the first day, and then like the next day it was like 10,000, and then the next day it was like 200 because all she really did was like she was pretty attractive, but there wasn't much else going on her stream.
I call it the Bob Ross syndrome.
What does that mean?
Basically, when there's like a crazy amount of hype around a channel for the very first time, they're going to get an insane amount of viewers the first day, and it's going to trickle down every day after that, no matter what. Kind of like when SKT Faker got on, they were like, oh my, like there's people on my channel like, dude, he has over 200,000 viewers, and I'm just like, it's Bob Ross syndrome. He's going to be down to 40 or 50 within the week. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. And that'll be true of anybody that's really popular but rarely streams. So like I was the largest StarCraft 2 streamer in terms of viewer hours and average numbers, but there were a couple of really popular guys who would only stream like once a month.
And like, they can overtop you maybe for that day.
Oh yeah, easily. Yeah, they would. But then like Idra or Naniwa or whatever. Oh, Naniwa was a really good example. It used to be that like
God, I forgot all about Idra. Holy moly.
Naniwa used to be a guy like who would very rarely stream, but when he turned his stream on, he would get like 10,000 viewers or like 5,000 plus at least, right? But now I don't know if he still streams regularly, but like when he started streaming like super regularly, like it seemed like his viewers were falling into like the triple digits, you know, like that because that kind of like ultra hype, drops.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works too. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. So would you say that with those 3 or 4 qualities, can you still fail on Twitch?
I don't know. I mean, there's probably like a small element of luck. I guess it just depends. I don't think that being good at the game, I don't think helps much anymore. Unless you're unless you're really, really good. You have to be like
And it depends what the game is, right?
Yeah, for sure. I guess
like okay, so like you're a brand new streamer.
Uh-huh.
League of Legends, you're a Diamond 2. Right? Let's say you're Diamond 1, working on your way into Masters. You're brand spanking new. Your quality is solid. You're a male, and can you even make it? Like,
not you have
based off skill alone.
No way, not even close. Like the thing is that if you go through some of the streams, and I'm sure it's true for CS:GO as well. But like if you go through like the league streams, like, and I would notice this when I would host people, right? That you can go down through the league streams, and you could find people with like double-digit viewers that are like mid-level Masters players, you know, or like low-level Masters players, and these are people that are the top 0.00001% of the most popular game on the planet. Yeah, literally have like less people than my son's like kindergarten graduation party, right? Like almost nobody watches. So like I don't think you can do it on just pure skill alone, unless you have other things going for you, or you're like really, or like you are literally one of the best, like the best. So somebody, like an example of somebody that was like the best would be that fucking Genji dude from Overwatch. Is it Seagull?
Seagull.
Yeah,
Seagull.
That was a guy who like he was like, was he like the best Genji?
He was one of the more consistent, absolutely really good players of that fucking game.
Yeah,
and he ended up going and playing for Energy. He's a top competitive player, so yeah, he's just nutty.
And he streamed a lot. He streamed a decent amount too, right? Like he was on a stream game. Yeah.
That dude blew up overnight, 100%.
He did,
and he stayed blowed up. You know what I'm saying? Like blown up. It was insane. So he went from like 2 to 3K viewers. Okay, I understand. Like that's still a good starting point. But he went from like 2 to 3K viewers to to 20, 25, like consistently.
Yeah.
It still does.
Mm-hmm.
It's freaking insane.
The question that I always ask people when they email me things like that, and it's the same thing. I'm sure. Do you get people that email you with like business ideas and shit? Like, I've got this new program that I want people to use. Can you like use it for a while or anything? Do you ever get those kinds of emails?
Yeah, I get them all the time.
Yeah. So like the same response I always give to people that email me stuff like that, or people that ask like, what do I need to do to make it? Like, this is like the number one question. Like, it's the only thing that really matters, but it requires a lot of introspection, right? Why would somebody watch you over somebody else? Like, if you can't answer that question like rock solidly, like then you're fucking done. So like if you got to make like a bunch of excuses, like, well, I don't know, like I'm kind of good at the. Okay, well, people watch you because you're that good. Well, maybe not. I'm kind of funny. Are you funnier than the doc? Are you funnier than like all these other videos? Like, well, I guess I'm not really that funny. Okay, well then there's 500 other streamers on the list right now in your game. Why are people going to turn on your channel? Right? You have to have an answer to that.
I understand completely.
Yeah.
So would you say that people can be grandfathered in? So I've been streaming for 5 years. Am I technically kind of like grandfathered into streaming? Like people will watch me just because I'm Summit?
You have to be like really, really, really jaded to think that, because you can find plenty of huge streamers that have died off a lot in popularity, right? I can't even. I know that it's happened for a lot of the league guys. I don't want to name names because I don't want to like sound like I'm throwing shade at people. But like, if I'm sure people in your chat know, like if you've been fans of a particular game, there are streamers that used to be really big that just kind of waned in popularity over time, and now they get like an order of magnitude or two, less viewers than they used to. Somebody who was getting 10,000 plus is now getting, like hundreds of viewers. Like that happens.
I would call that a rare occasion.
No, I think it like people in your chat are throwing out a lot of league names like that. Like it,
really?
Yeah. In League it happened where you had like League people. Somebody mentioned Tally in my chat. I'm not sure if didn't Tally used to get like thousands and thousands, and I don't know how many he gets now.
I want to say Tally gets anywhere from 2 to 4 right now, 1,000.
Oh, okay, so that's not too bad. So
I don't know how much he used to get. I don't know if he's gotten crazy higher than that before my time or something.
Sure. So he hasn't fallen off too much. I know that I know that there used to be like really big League streamers, and a lot of them they still stream occasionally, but they dropped off quite a bit. In the StarCraft scene, it happened to a lot of people, although that was kind of in conjunction with the game dying. So
you think that? So you think? What do you think the reason for that is? Is it other people who are coming out that are just stepping the game up? You know what I mean? Raising the bar, more funny, or funnier.
And you have to do something to keep people interested. Yeah, there has to be like at that point, it's on you to have converted fans into being like really loyal at that point. And if you fail to do that, then as soon as something better comes along, then they'll just kind of leave you. Yeah.
I gotcha. Shit, we all gotta be watching out then. I think there's a little bit of grandfathered.
Oh yeah, to some extent. Oh yeah. I mean, that's undeniable, right?
I'm pretty sure I can go full on, completely boring mode for months before my channel even fucking remotely dies like by 50% or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can go full blown stupid mode, and since I am who I am, and people are just used to it and comfortable coming through, that they'll still come through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to some extent that's true. But have you ever been in an environment at work where like two people will fuck up, or you can see this on Twitch or any place, right? Two people fuck up and they're treated very differently for it, right? One guy is a new dude, or a guy that's always been kind of on the ropes or whatever, or on the rocks or whatever. Like he's not really the greatest asset, and he fucks up, he might get shit canned, right? But if you've got somebody that's like a solid fucking performer and you are like constantly at the top of your game, and then you kind of fuck up, like people are going to let that dude slide a lot more, right?
Yeah, I gotcha.
So if you talk about like you want to slack for like a few months and still kind of float by on a viewer, it's like, yeah, you did that, but it's not because you got grandfathered in, it's because you already put in the work to build that reputation, right? And now your reputation is kind of just like tanking your shitty behavior, But it's not like it's undeserved. It's not like like wow, he's not even that funny right now, and he's got like 7,000 viewers. That's bullshit. Well, it's because he was really fucking funny a lot, a long time ago. Yeah, those are the best. Those are the best emails. I used to be a huge fan until you did this one thing, and now I fucking hate you. Like, okay, dude.
I like that analogy though. I like that a lot. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, you've already put in the work. Like if you fuck around a little bit, I mean, it happens, but fuck, dude, like.
So, I mean, yeah, so putting in the work actually does something on Twitch, kind of. Because you would think, like, well, not you would think, but sometimes it can feel like no matter what, every single day you feel like, man, I have to fucking get on, or it's just not going to stay successful. Like that's the Twitch grind, right? You don't get on for a couple days, you're down 300-400 subs. You know, that's where I like become envious of like a YouTuber. Well, maybe not nowadays, but I used to be like pretty envious of a YouTuber. Like, oh man, if I want to take a couple days off next week, I'll just record 2 or 3 videos today and just upload, you know, each day, every time. And it's just like, as a Twitch streamer, like you got to be fucking on 8 hours a day.
It's a different environment though. But our conversion from like fans into money is a lot higher, you know, than somebody on YouTube, you know? Like if you had to choose between having like 1 million views on a YouTube video or 50,000 live viewers, right? Those 50,000 live viewers are going to pay you 1 million times more than, you know, even like 20 times more views on YouTube, yeah? So it's a different environment, you know? So like while you might say something like, you know, it's, you know, I'm so jealous that YouTubers can sit there and like take like a 2-day or like a 2-week or whatever vacation and just record a bunch ahead of time. They might look at you and you go like, this guy is literally 10 times less popular than me. It makes like 5 times as much money than me. Like I wish that I could take 1 million subs, you know, and turn that
is pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy to think that about all that. Like PewDiePie, #1 YouTuber, and Twitch streamers are starting to scratch the surface of getting toward that money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, like PewDiePie is probably on his way there if he's not already. I'm not sure how much PewDiePie makes. PewDiePie's really fucking huge, and he's a smart guy. PewDiePie is really smart with the way that he does his business and everything. He's a good dude. For whatever you think about his content, I think.
Yeah, I think he's a good dude as well. Yeah, he does. He's, I mean, definitely one of the biggest Twitch streamers.
Or YouTubers.
Who do you call? Who do you call? That's true. Who do you call #1 Twitch streamer on Twitch?
By numbers, isn't it? Is it Lyric? Wasn't it?
I mean, out of your opinion, I would call it Lyric as well.
Oh, of my opinion. Well, what are you at? Like, who's the best streamer?
I'm talking. No. I'm talking top streamer on Twitch. What's the first name that pops up? #1 streamer on Twitch. First name that pops in your head. By subs, view count, follows, anything. Everything.
Oh, I would imagine it's Lyric, but I thought somebody passed Lyric in like subscriber numbers, like Size Syndicators. I don't fucking know. I don't know any of these people. Fuck.
Well, me.
Oh, was it you? Oh. Is it you? Do you think you have the most subs on Twitch? I don't actually know.
I did at one point. I don't know anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. Do you know how to follow those numbers? Or you don't have to. Oh, well, I know that at one point.
We won't talk about complete numbers.
Oh no, I didn't mean like you reveal your personals, but I'm saying that
No, I mean like how you get others. But yeah, I feel like go on.
What did you want me to tell people, or should I not?
No, go ahead.
The way that people in my chat used to do it was you could monitor chats for a month, and you would always see every time there was a resubscription, you would see it in chat. So you could monitor the chat for a month and then do the math to figure out how many subscribers a person had, and that's how people were. Yeah, that's where all of those numbers were coming from for people tracking like sub numbers.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. All right.
Syndicate got like 1 million the one time. 1 million subs? What are you talking about? No,
he's never touched one. No one's ever. I think the highest sub count I've ever seen on Twitch is like 31,000.
Damn.
That was from that was like the company. What is that? Geek and Sudry or something like that?
Oh.
I don't ever even really see them stream it. But that's like a full on like blown company. There's like plenty of people working for them, and it's like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And they got like Matt Mercer doing stuff for them on stream and shit like that. So
gotcha.
I think they have crazy numbers. As for individuals, ballpark for highest sub counts around 20, maybe higher, a little higher.
That's okay. It's okay money.
It's just it's mediocre.
Getting by at that point. It's no 30,000, but yeah, 20,000.
No 30,000. 20,000 is not too bad. Oh, okay. So if you're a brand spanking new streamer, what's the first step? You want to be successful, right? Do you think anybody getting into it solely for money ever becomes successful?
It's a lot of work. You have to like what you're doing, because I don't think people understand the hours that goes into streaming. Like, there's a lot of people that even playing games for fun can't actually do it for 40 hours a week. Like, so that you're already cutting off like 80% of people right there, you know? But to do it, true. But you have to, not only do you have to be able to stream, okay, you have to be able to stream a lot. And 40 hours is like, you're scratching like bare minimum, I would say there, right? 40 hours a week? Well, maybe not. Well, like if you're new and up-and-comer, I would say like 40 hours a week is probably where you want to start, right? Like, So you're already at like you
that's
have to
hard. I think that's really hard for a new streamer.
For sure, yeah. I don't disagree. You have to be streaming a decent amount. You probably have to have a very consistent schedule so people can know exactly when they can find you. You can't be sporadic as fuck. you have to be on top of your game always. You can't be like in shitty moods and be streaming all the time, right? It doesn't work that way. So you always have to keep your spirits up. You can't let the fucking plethora of shit-stained mongrels on the internet get you down, because they will constantly try to do it. Like,
oh man,
yeah, there's like a lot of shit that you always have to be on top of to make it work.
Mm-hmm. I understand. I agree. Do you ever think? I mean, you've been streaming for 7 years. Do you ever think dealing with Twitch chat is it ever gonna mentally just fucking break you down? Do you think you come out of Twitch? How do I put this? I mean, Twitch is like, in my opinion, I'm sure other streamers feel the same way. Is mentally exhausting and mentally kind of game changing at the same time. Like, I'm like a different person nowadays than I was when I first started streaming, because of having to deal with people every single day. Like, you get hate on every single day. There's someone in the chat saying, Summit, you are fucking trash at Counter-Strike every single day. Multiple people, right? Do you think that mentally takes a toll on you?
So ordinarily, I would say yes. For me personally, like I'm pretty unique in that regard, and that it's never been that big of a deal for me. That's part of the reasons why I think I was able to grow so much early on, is because the hate didn't really bother me as much. Although I say that, like, it doesn't like have like a massively negative impact on my mood. It's still annoying as fuck. But yeah, no, I think I just got lucky there in terms of like how my persona kind of developed growing up. I kind of like grew into the streaming thing like pretty easily as a result. But I mean, every single person I've ever talked to has dealt with that a lot. Like,
I think it's like stopped people from streaming.
Oh, easily. Like, and destroyed other streamers. Like, it's a really, really, really big deal. And the problem is that this is what I mentioned earlier in the conversation. Like, what we're talking about right now, like, nobody can relate to it. Like, you literally have to go to like Eminem songs and shit to find lyrics of like other people that are like, oh, you know, like dealing with this kind of popularity and the haters and all this shit is so fucking annoying. Like, it sounds really stupid to the average person, but like when you've been in that position, you know, like,
I would even go further and say that streaming is unique in itself as well, because like YouTuber, you don't have to read your fucking comments ever. As celebrity, you don't ever have to pick up a fucking magazine and read that shit. You just do your fucking thing and live your life. Yeah, they have more like paparazzi and shit like that, right? Well, that's a whole different level. But then as streamers, like if you want to be a successful streamer, you have to look at that fucking chat.
Yeah.
And you are going to read negative shit whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
That could possibly affect you that day. You know what I mean?
And oftentimes you're the one that has to go through. You don't have a publicist or an agent or somebody that will kind of, you know, yeah.
Exactly. So we're staring at it right in the face, and we have to respond if we so do choose, you know, if we choose to, basically live on stream. And another thing that could be mentally, like, I think is mentally kind of like just ridiculous is anything like YouTuber. I'm sorry I keep going back to the YouTube stuff, man.
You really fucking hate YouTubers. But
no. YouTubers, man, okay? It's a lot easier to be funny on YouTube, in my opinion. You have so many takes. And it's also a lot easier not to have stupid shit happen. On Twitch, bro, plenty of stupid shit can be said. You know how many dumbass things I've said on stream that have made it to YouTube to be forever on the internet? Yeah. It's awful. So you cannot, like, fuck up big when you're live on stream.
Yeah,
right.
It's a give and take. So like kind of what you're saying. So like can you do multiple takes and whatnot on YouTube? Yeah, for sure. But the standard of entertainment is higher as well. For instance, you are a very, very popular Twitch streamer, right? If you would have started your thing by just straight ripping your 10-hour sessions and throwing them onto YouTube, nobody would know who the fuck you are. Nobody would watch your shit, right? Probably, right? Because it's YouTube. On pre-recorded stuff, you demand a higher level of continuous entertainment. This is where edits and
I can
cuts
agree
and
with
whatnot.
that, actually.
Yeah, so like there is a little bit, you know, more work that kind of goes into the preparing content, because your standard for entertainment for prepared content will go higher. So that's kind of like just like a trade-off. It's not like a better or worse or harder or easier. It's just a trade-off. I do think that Twitch streamers or streamers in general do expose themselves to a much higher level of liability because of how on you are all the time. That's for sure. Like if you say something really retarded on YouTube that gets you fucked, like dog, like you're a fucking idiot. Like you had a million times to edit it out. Like you should have known, you know. Whereas like on Twitch, you know, it's a lot easier. I'm not excusing any fuck ups there, but it's easier to fuck up and get mad and, you know, in my case, call a guy a really bad word or something, right? Or you know, fuck up and do something stupid. Like you have there's just because the camera's on you more, right? And I think that a lot of people don't realize that. That's one of the most annoying fucking things is like someone will be like, Destiny, what about that one time in 2011 when you said that one thing that one day? It's like, dude, are you saying like every fucking moment of my life of the past 7 years is online? Like, who the fuck are you? Like, you've never said a bad thing before. Like, fuck off, dude. Like,
yeah, I hear you, dude. Trust me, I fucking hear. Same shit happens when I get like when I get really mad or salty at a video game, everybody starts like, you know, spamming PJ Salt or you'll have the one guy in the chat be like, "Why are you having a hissy fit? It's just a video game." Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You've never fucking been pissed at a video game in your room by yourself with nobody to fucking see it. Don't bullshit
Yeah, this
me.
is a guy whose mom probably bought him like a second controller when he lied and said that it broke because the dog chewed on it when he like smashed it against the wall because he kept dying in fucking Halo 1 because he was like ass of the game or some shit. Yeah,
Exactly.
and single player mode on normal. Yeah.
We've all done it, but Twitch is they're just a higher being. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's just nothing but doctors, CPAs.
When every single person
everybody's
in
the
your
military
chat is an ESEA
an
like
expert.
S+ player, yeah, that's a good
expert
man.
with everything. You want to know the funny thing about Counter-Strike? Is it's really, I don't know how it is for like StarCraft players, but I will run into this so often about how you'll maybe shoot the shit with somebody right in real life, and then this person will be like, "Oh man, I used to play Counter-Strike. I was really good back in the day. I used to be Cal I. I used to be Cal Invite." And I'd be thinking to myself like, "Motherfucker, I played that shit for like 10 years. I never heard of you in my life." You know what I mean?
Sure.
But it's almost like these people make things up in their own brain. They'll just tell that to people. I don't know how does the StarCraft be like, I was Grandmaster, you know, 4 years ago.
Yeah, the
I just thought that was
standards are a lot different in terms of I noticed that. Like in terms of what you consider good. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a conversation with someone where we were talking about 1.6 and they weren't a Cal I player.
Wait, so I'm sorry, because I'm a total fucking
Cal I's pro.
Okay, gotcha.
Cal I's the old pro, basically.
This is like totally fucking unrelated. Fuck, I don't even remember the names, dude. I'm such a mongrel when it comes to Counter-Strike. Did you ever see the video of, it was some fucking dude on FaZe or some shit, where he was in a game with somebody on it was a fucking dust map, and the guy was trying to say that he used to play on FaZe or something, and he had no idea that he was talking to like the dude that he was either impersonating or impersonating his teammate.
No shit, I never seen that.
It was pretty fucking funny. Fuck, I don't remember who it was. Your chat will know it, or my chat will start spamming the shit. Or, yeah.
Okay. I remember seeing your Counter-Strike video where you're watching a guy play, and the guy's like, "I shall play for you," and he starts fucking.
Oh yeah.
Right before the guy takes the op shot, Allah Akbar. I thought that shit was hilarious.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. You
know what video I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course. It was one of my only popular YouTube videos. Yeah. One of my only popular CS:GO ones. Yeah. Oh, it was a nade shot. Everybody in chat is
It was
telling me.
apparently a nade shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kid is like the nade shot is like real funny because he's goading him on the whole time. The kid is talking so much. She's like, "I used to be in a pro team. I used to play on whatever the fucking team, Optic. I don't know." Nade shot was on, and nade shot's like, "Oh yeah, really, dog? Who were you?" And the guy's like, "I was blah blah blah." And he's like, "Oh wow, you were real good, dude. Like, did you play?" Yeah, it was really funny. But
that's gotta feel amazing.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's really crazy going into when StarCraft was popular. I always thought it was really crazy going into stores and shit, and I would see like certain people's faces on keyboards, like on the box and shit. And I'm like, "Oh, dude, I just hung out with that dude like last week in Germany." Like that's really fucking
pretty surreal.
Yeah.
It always trips me out knowing that I grew up watching a lot of these big guys, right? Like I was a really big Halo fan, so I grew up watching Ninja, I grew up watching Walshy, and now these guys will say what's up to me, come sub to my channel, they'll say what's up at an event and want to hang out with me. Like recently, Fatality always hits me up to play with him, the Quake guy, and I'm just thinking like, dude, you were a fucking legend when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like it just blows my mind, dude, that I get to like see all these people and hang out with these people kind of like more like friends, you know?
Yeah, and it's so sick having the background because you don't necessarily take it for granted as much. Like I've gotten to chat with a few people. Do you remember Maddox? Did you ever used to read his shit? He was a real edgy dude online a long time ago, but that was like the closest that I had in terms of like stuff that was like really entertaining growing up, where they were like these impossible people that were like, you would read their shit and then now you get to like talk with them on stream. It's the equivalent for you talking to like a pro gamer or some shit, right? That you would never imagine that these people would be coming to you to interact with. It's like the sickest shit in the world. Like
Super
unbelievable. Yeah.
I hear you, man. Super fucking weird. Shit.
Yeah, I know Fatality. I had that dude's motherboard. No, he used to have like hardware and shit, right? I think
he still does. Still does. Yeah. He's the first. I think technically the first like gamer to ever like make it as a job, like basically do full time.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was really cool meeting. The Walshy guy is really sick. I got to hang out with him a decent amount. At some at some Red Bull event, watching all the console guys was really cool. Watching them play that Halo because all of my opinions of console gamers, in the PC world is like really bad because consoles for Neanderthals and shit. But watching the pros play the FPS and shit is like really entertaining. Like they're really good. Their communication is sick. Like it looks like pretty high level play. Like it's really sick.
Yeah, it's not. It's only sick communication when nobody else can really hear it though. As soon as they used to do those things for Halo tournaments when they do like let's do the Astro listen-ins, and you just hear like like the whole fucking time. You didn't know what the fuck is being said. They're just yelling at each other the whole. Dude, it's insane. Those listen-ins are awful.
Sure.
But they're hilarious. Counter-Strike callouts are nice and like kind of like chilled, relaxed. Like, nah, I wouldn't necessarily say relaxed. You know what's funny is Counter-Strike and NA is considered we're like really spastic callouts. Like when I call something out, I'll call it 3 times. Not kidding. It's like a habit. I will call it 2 or 3 times. And when you go to like EU comms, EU like they'll be like the other team will be full blown Russian B, and I'll be B by myself, and I'll be fucking yelling at my team like they're fucking Russian B, they're Russian B, they're Russian B. Like, you know what I mean? Like given kind of like a sense of urgency, bro. EU players, they'll be like, yeah, they're coming B, and that'll be the only call, and their whole fucking team will just be rotating over, and like it's not a big fucking deal to them or something. I don't know. It's super fucking weird to see though.
Sure.
I don't know how they do that shit. I always tell people like, you fucking better call with a sense of urgency. I better know that they're fucking coming to that site in your voice. You know what I'm saying? I'll yell at people for that shit. Because you'll come across people in like ESEA and they'll do the EU type calling, and I'll be like telling those fools, you fucking dumbass, you need to be doing this. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Oh man, good times. But yeah, I don't know what else is there on Twitch.
Do you know who Wreckful is?
Of course, I know who Wreckful is.
Do you have like okay, I love Wreckful. He's one of my bros. Okay, but okay, I'm just curious. 100%. Do you have like a vendetta against Booby streamers like he does? Dude,
I do not.
He hates Kitty Plays games so much.
Really? You know what's funny is it's almost like the world doesn't go around for me if I don't see Booby streamers.
Sure.
I think they're essential. I've never some people's first thing is you're fucking awful. You know, you're abusing Twitch for the views, and it's just like, motherfucker, like if people want to watch, people want to watch. Like, I'm not tripping. If you want to show off your body, I'm cool to watch. I'm not having a big deal about it. So I disagree. I disagree with that. Like I'm cool I think they're essential to Twitch.
Yeah, sure. I'm always kind of like more of the same. Like if I had the opportunity, if I was a girl and I was streaming, like dude, like you don't even know what the fuck slutty looks like. Like dude, I would be whoring myself out so fucking hard. Yeah, dude.
You got it.
Without even a second fucking thought, I wouldn't even feel bad about it. I'd be crying all the way to the fucking bank, dude.
Yeah, if you want to use it, you use it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not tripping on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's not. You don't get like there's no like merit check sent in the mail like everything, and it doesn't work that way anywhere in life. You know, like you're going to be passed over for a job for somebody who's more attractive, for somebody who's fucking the boss, for somebody who's the son of the uncle of the fucking CEO or some shit. Like, yeah, I mean,
no one's tripping when these models are coming out with magazines and they got their cleavage out and it looks good and they're getting paid. Like, that's just part of the world. But as soon as it happens on the internet, all of a sudden you're a sellout. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, let them strut their stuff, dude. Who cares?
Without getting like too like social justice warrior, like that's kind of always like the funniest shit to me is you've got these guys like freaking like, what the fuck are these fucking sluts doing online? This is horrible. Yeah. And then like right after he's like, all right, time to fucking you porn it up. Oh god, yeah, I love this shit. It's like, dog, like come on, like.
Yep. I hear you, man. I hear you. But yeah, I don't think they're like the cancer of Twitch. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
If people want to watch, people want to watch. That's all that matters.
There's plenty
of people that look at me and think like the only reason I watch Summit is because he's a great looking guy. You know?
Yeah.
There's at least one of them out in the world that watch me and you because we're good looking.
I would like to think that. I would
Even
like
if
to
they're
think
wrong.
I would like to think that that's true. Okay, thank you for that. I think it's kind of funny because it kind of goes back to our earlier thing about talking about making it. I see like this is really sad. Like I see a lot of like the guy streamers that haven't made it very far. They get like really big and they're like, these fucking girl streamers, they don't deserve any of the show. Like that they think like, dude, like you're telling me if Kitty Plays gets banned, are you gonna pick up her viewers? Do you think these people are not watching you because they're gonna go watch a Booby streamer? Do you think you have the same audience?
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, dude, like, listen, man, you can ban every Booby streamer on the fucking site. The only people watching you are still going to be, like, your fucking girlfriend, your sister, and, like, a couple friends you had in school that, like, leave your stream on in the background because they feel really sorry for you because you're constantly on Facebook talking about how you're trying to make it big. Like, come on, dude. Like, you're not... All of these people watching, like, the 32 fucking DDD chicks are not going to be magically turning on your stream now. Like, come on.
Oh man, I'm leaving Destiny's stream. So and so just got on.
Yeah, like,
check that out.
Oh yeah, like here comes fucking no, here's ST Peach. Like I'm sorry, Destiny, I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, you'll get that right. So you'll get that right. It'll be like Ice Poseidon waiting room. Redfall waiting room. I don't think I've ever in my life got an ST Peach.
Yeah.
Plays games waiting room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're only here until fucking whoever gets here.
Shit, man. Have you ever had days where you feel like you just didn't produce good content that day, right? You just felt like
Every day I play League of Legends, dude.
But have you ever let those days kind of like you go to bed that night like, fuck, man, like that stream sucked dick. Like I kind of feel bad about that. You ever had like days where it just kind of gets you down?
Usually I do. I'm pretty unique in some of the ways that I do my stream though, so I avoid that for the most part. Like I'm very big on my stream. Like I have as few obligations as possible. I'm very honest about it, right? Like I have subs. I don't do fucking anything for my subs. You don't get. Sometimes you don't get shout outs. Sometimes I skip your donations if they're annoying. Like I'm very low maintenance on it, but everybody knows it. So most of the people that know it are cool with it. I don't usually do sponsorships because I don't want to shout any shit out. I don't want to have to remember any bullshit. And I play whatever game I want to always. So if I'm getting bored of a game, like fuck it, I'm not playing this game. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna go do something else.
So you're not really even about business decisions at this point in your streaming career. Like you're just like your business decision would be when Destiny 2 comes out to get on Destiny 2 hype. But to you, it'd be like, fuck it. If I don't want to play Destiny 2, that game can suck my dick. I'm gonna play League of Legends.
Yeah, kind of. But
Give me
in a
my
way,
fucking shout out.
Sorry. In a way, that kind of ends up being a business decision, right? Because, for instance, I will never in my life, or I haven't gotten to the point yet where I've ever woken up and been like, fuck, I gotta fucking stream today. Like, that's never happening. Like, every day I stream is still enjoyable. I've never dreaded having to do a certain event or play a certain, like, everything. Like, and that in and of itself is, like, a really valuable thing because it always keeps my, mood somewhat high. I've never dreaded streaming or not looked forward to it. Like, I think that's a really important thing.
You've never like woken up and you're just like, fuck, dude, I really don't want to stream today.
Nope, that's never happened.
I play this, and this game.
Nope,
basically.
Never in my life has that ever happened. I'm really happy.
Oh,
yeah, because of the way that. But I mean, there's a trade-off as well, right? Like I lose a lot of potential money in sponsors, or maybe in doing certain games or doing more subscriber engagement.
Happiness.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that trade-off is worth it because I think the mental health is really important, right?
Oh,
well, it's
dude,
like
I mean,
the defining point in what we do. Because if your mental spirits are down, your stream is fucked. You're never going to do a good stream if you feel bad. It's not like a job you can show up at. You have to be at 100 all the time,
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. And those days, that's what I asked that question because I have days like that, you know what I mean, where I just like, man, I produce bad content. I got way too salty today. I called out one too many people in my chat for being a fucking idiot. Like, I just feel bad. Like, I fucked up.
Try and dodge this,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, yeah.
So I'll tell myself, like, man, tomorrow better be better,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I have nights like that, dude. And I have days where, like, I'm actually in a real rut for video games right now. I don't wake up super. It's not like I'll wake up excited to stream, and then I'll get there and be like, "Fuck, I forgot. There's nothing to play." You know what I mean? I don't have shit that I feel like playing.
I totally understand that. This was one of the big issues I had going from, and maybe for did you ever for your stream for a long period of time? Were you playing like a lot of CS:GO like every single day?
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's kind of like my thing. I don't like being a variety streamer. I'm almost like, this is like the first time in my career I think I'm being forced into variety. I hate it. I want a game to play every single day that I want to wake up to play.
Okay, so yeah, you're I still don't know if you're trolling because you're literally like copy pasting fucking talking points from my stream. Like I feel the same way. Like when I was playing StarCraft, like you don't have to think about it. You wake up. This is the game that I love to play. This is the game that I love to improve at, and I'm going to play this game every fucking day without even having to think about it. You never hate it. Like it's always there. It's very reliable. Variety gaming is a lot fucking harder. Like for me personally, I need a game. I like a game that I can dump a lot of time into, that I can see real mechanical improvements on, and that I can watch myself climb a ladder in. That's what's enjoyable for me, right? Yeah, and if you don't have that, like jumping from like game to game, it's like PUBG is getting kind of boring. It's kind of repetitive. Nobody really cares about the ladder. Like I could play single player games, which are can be fun, every now and then. But it's not like having that rock solid anchor where it's like I've got nothing to do today. Let's go shoot out 12 hours of StarCraft 2 because I can do that without a problem. Yeah, that's a huge thing. That transition from having that one solid anchor game to variety streamer is like really mind fucky sometimes.
Dude, it's awful. I wake up every day like fuck, dude. What the fuck am I gonna play today? You know what I mean? Or if I'm gonna play this. People will recommend this stuff, and I'll look at that and be like, that's a one-day game, that's a one-day game, that's maybe a two-day game. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing like that's a 6-month solid game. Destiny 2, I think, might be the first game that's going to, will pop up in a long time where I can maybe go a little bit more long-term on it. But, this is like the grind. This is my first time I'm, grinding, basically, on Twitch, where it feels like I'm just like, fuck. I don't know what to do,
For sure.
Waiting for Destiny 2 to come out, essentially. But yeah, I absolutely need the anchor game, 100%. And then I'll do like nighttime games after, like, you know, after the anchor, basically.
Yeah. If you have an anchor, the anchor game is nice because it's like home base. Like no matter what's going on, you can always kind of, if whatever other games you're playing aren't panning out, like you can just, you know, you can always just kind of retreat to that and it's all good. But without that anchor game, shit gets really scary. Because when you're sitting on a stream, like that worst fucking feeling is when you have like a new game to play and you don't have that anchor game and you're 2 hours into a stream and you start looking at the clock and you're like, this is kind of fucking boring. Like,
yup.
and you're like, I don't think I could do this for like another 6 hours at least. Like, yeah, no, that's a real painful feeling. And when you're used to having an anchor game, that's a mind fucking feeling. Because with the anchor game, it's like you wake up, eat, like, all right, we'll sit down and do it, and then you do that, and then it's like, oh, I'm kind of tired, I'm done, we'll go to bed, and then you're done. You don't have to think about it.
That's your day. It's your 9 to 5. Like it's just, it's like it's mechanical and it feels good. And yeah, dude, I feel like I'm like got tossed into the fucking ocean right off the ship, and it's just like, all right, good luck swimming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's rough. It's rough. I think this is like probably the first time in my career where I'm just like lost on a pretty consistent basis on what to play. Basically, yeah, I don't fucking play MMOs on stream, and I've been playing MMOs on stream. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Oh goodness. But yeah, dude, I don't know. Twitch is mentally exhausting. It's tough. There's a lot to think about. There's so much more that goes into Twitch than meets the eye.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not you just load up a fucking stream and go at it. You know what I mean? There's so much more that goes into it. It's insane. I can't think of any of those things right now.
Well, I mean, I guess I don't know all what you do, but I mean, you've got like social media is like part of your job. You have to know what's big on Reddit. You have to know what's big in any community you're involved in. You have to be following your own social media and everything on Twitter. You have to know if there's anything relevant being posted about you anywhere. All of those things could be like mentally fatiguing in and of themselves, depending on what exactly is going on.
Yeah.
On top of that, you have to be up on your emails and shit, right? You've got to be doing business contacts. You've got to be responding to fans. If you do that kind of thing, you have to have all of that shit being managed. You've got the financial side of everything's going on in the background, right? You're going to make sure that all of you, I don't know how many bills and whatnot, you know, like you have a real life too, right? You have to keep up on like the mortgage, the yard, the everything, like the real life stuff as well. Like, and then on top of all of this, I don't know how
you feel about all that. I'm auto pay on pretty much everything I could possibly auto pay on.
Oh, sure, yeah. And then on top of like all of whatever other normal duties you have, like you're also, you know, streaming like 10 hours a day. You know, like you're still like that's just like
you don't have time for shit.
Yeah.
I don't have time for shit. My social life has been non-existent for 5 years.
That's always the really like sad or dumb thing is when people recommend me like, yo, watch this podcast or check out this documentary. Like, dude, like I don't have time to listen to like this fucking 20 hours of shit. Like, my schedule is full, dude. I don't have time to do this shit.
Bro, I get donated YouTube videos every single day, and I want to beat my face in with a keyboard every single time I get a YouTube video. Every time. It's awful. And then as soon as you play one, it's the fucking snowball, dude. Oh, shit. You know, someone just watched a YouTube video. I have the funniest video that's completely irrelevant to what we're talking about, and I'm gonna give it to him right now.
Yeah, I don't do that shit. I always tell people donate one. I'm like, guys, I don't watch this shit. Like, I'll watch this one, sure. And then someone else in the room is like, dude, I already told you I don't watch that shit. Like, go charge back your shit. You know, good luck. Someone in your chat, I just want to say, someone in your chat said, it's almost like a real job, except you make 20 times more than the average American.
Make those buffer chest active
the biggest thing that people don't realize in terms of being a streamer or being self-employed in general is that there's a really huge difference in being self-employed versus being employed by somebody else. Because like for a normal job, no matter what you do, you never have to like chase your paycheck. You know, you're always just going to be getting paid, right? You show up to work and you get paid as long as you kind of do your job. You don't have to go after money. You don't have to, you know, go after like I have to find a business contact or I have to go to an event or I've got to do some extra thing. Like you just kind of show up and get paid. Not that this is better or worse. I'm not like passing a moral judgment on or anything, but like there is a much different mindset. Like there are people that, you know, don't have the mindset necessary to survive in like a self-employed world. Like you have to be you can't just sit there and make money. You have to go after it, you know, when you're self-employed. Sorry, I said that in a lot of words.
No, I'm 100%. I'm 100% with it. You going with a completely different mentality.
Oh yeah,
right?
For sure.
You don't have to go to work, but you want to get paid. Like you go to work. You want to be successful and grow. You go to work, right? That's like people. That's like one of the big questions too. Is that I get a lot is how do you stay motivated? And with this kind of like goes back to what we were talking about before. For me, it's just I think about fucking working a piece of shit job and I get to play video games. So it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
But like some people can't stay motivated enough to like be able to stream long hours. Essentially, like they can maybe do 3-4 max, and they're fucking burned out of their mind. You know what I mean? When actual full-time streamers, you need to be doing 6 to 10, in my opinion. Maybe 5 days a week, I would say.
Yeah, I see that.
Depending on the success that you want, right?
But like, I've never and again, like this is like a huge statement that I could be totally wrong about. I've never met anybody that's fallen into that trap that did like, not to sound rude, but like real work before streaming. Like I've never met somebody that's like in their like late 20s, 30s who had like shit work before streaming, and then now they're like, oh, I don't really want to stream. It's kind of a lot of work. It's too, I'm too blah blah. I don't really feel like doing it. Like I've never heard of that person before, but I knew a lot of people that got into streaming right out of college, right out of high school or some shit, who got bored with it and quit. And it's like I feel bad for these people because I feel like they're gonna look back in 10 years like, what the fuck? Like I had 5,000 people. Oh yeah, I can too. Everybody in the StarCraft community, like these were people like the Naniwas, the Idras, the In-Controls. These are people that were getting like
that had a good thing going for them.
Yeah, 5,000-10,000 viewers when they stream, and they just kind of got bored with it, and they kind of let it sit and rot, and they didn't really do anything.
And now they want to go do normal jobs.
Yeah, now they're like going to college and shit, and it's like, dog, like you could be making like $500,000 a year with your fan base. Like, what are you doing? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Some people kind of take it for granted. They don't realize what they have, and they kind of they'll take long ass breaks. Listen.
Oh God.
I do not want to take shots at anybody here, so I'm not going to mention any names on anything. But one of my biggest pet peeves, the thing that gets under my skin, is when I look at a streamer and I see like maybe every other month the fucking words "I'm back" in the title. I fucking get sick to my stomach, dude. You know what I'm saying? I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Would it make you sad if you learned your
That's when you go,
why were you gone? Just stay.
Like, that's when you go to like Twinge and like, I wonder what this guy's viewership is, and it's like May 4th, May 5th, May 22nd. Well, okay, May 23rd, May 24th, June 5th. Like, okay, like you just like disappear for like a week. What are you doing? Like, what's going on? Like, what?
Yeah.
Do you have another job? Like, are you moonlighting as a streamer? Like,
Yeah, that shit happens. It's just like one of my pet peeves that I just don't like to see on Twitch, man. It's crazy.
For sure.
And like it'll be like successful people, dude, that can actually become more successful and do better and get further, but they just don't,
So like somebody in chat is like making fun of you, and you wonder why you have no social life. Yeah, but I mean that's kind of the trade-off that you make,
Yeah, it's 100% the trade-off I make. I'm putting my social life on hold so I can live the rest of my life, happy and free.
Yeah.
And be able to make get myself into a business later, retire, whatever I need to do. So I'm taking the hits now and busting my ass. Well, I mean, say busting my ass. I know so a lot of the chats are gonna be like, you just play video games. I get it, but I just think there's more into Twitch. There's so much more that goes into Twitch. If it was as easy as people think, everybody be doing it, right?
Yeah, and you wouldn't see the big guys have so much trouble with it,
Yeah, exactly. I've mentally. Twitch is insane. It's mentally exhausting, dude. It's insane. Like, think about okay. You ever think about it where you're off stream, right? And you decide you have a day off, and you decided to play games that day, right? Which is probably a rare occasion because you play games every fucking day. A rare occasion, right? I don't do it. Okay, another thing. I keep bringing myself to different topics. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Another thing is, it's funny that when you become a full-time streamer, how much your life quite literally takes a fucking turn, right? Where you're going into real life every single day, working your 9-to-5 job, and your escape is video games.
I already know where you're going with this. Like, you can't even go into video games to get an escape because every fucking person knows who the fuck you are.
Yep, exactly.
And it's like, dude, like, I don't know, you're married or whatever?
Not anymore.
Oh, fuck! I'm sorry. I just remembered hearing that. Okay, sure.
It's okay.
But like, so not to like, you don't have to get too personal, or whatever. But like, one of the most like sad. This sounds like so incredibly fucking stupid. As like a Twitch, you're just a Twitch streamer, not even a celebrity. What are you talking about? Like, one of the most satisfying experiences, it's especially true with girls, but even with just general people, is meeting somebody that like doesn't know everything about you. It's like the cool, like, where you get to start talking to a person and they ask you questions and they like get to learn who you are, and then you do the same to them, and there's no expectations. They're not a fan. They don't have all these like built up images of you. They don't already know like every single thing you've done. Like, that kind of experience is actually like, it feels so amazing. Like, it's and it feels so stupid saying, but like, or like jumping into a game and getting on voice chat and talking to people, and they like treat you like a normal human, and it's not like, oh shit, it's Summit, like, oh shit, dude, like, oh, and like either calling you a faggot immediately or trying to suck your dick immediately. Like, it's like, like those kinds of experiences are like, oh man, like it's crazy how much you miss. Like, because I play games, like I used to play games like DayZ and shit, like how awesome it was in the beginning when not everybody knows who you are, and you get to have these like authentic online genuine interactions where everybody doesn't have all these expectations of you,
or play the game how it's supposed to be played.
Where you're not getting camped or killed like 24/7 because everybody knows who you are on the
It's insane. But yeah, what were we talking about before I fucking went onto that rant about that shit? But yeah, my escape is basically real life now. I don't even. Some days, my days off, I don't even go on my computer. I'll leave that shit on. I'll see my outro video next time I come onto my stream. You know what I mean? Like just sitting there like on my YouTube screen because I just my escape is real life, and what it used to be was my escape was video games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
You escape. You have to escape the internet.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy. It's fucking crazy, man. But yeah, I was talking about something, and then I started going off on that. I like keep bringing myself on other stupid topics.
Do you ever have those days? I don't know if you've ever been like, there are periods in my life that have been more dramatic than other periods. And I always remember like the worst thing some days is when you wake up and you've got like, you check your Twitter mentions and there's a fuck ton of people, or like your Skype is like blowing up like, oh fuck, like what happened?
Something happened.
Oh God, there's a fucking thread. Or that's like the worst thing. That's like the code red of like the bombs have been launched. Like you wake up and you've got like 25 people in your Skype and they're like, dude, did you see the thread? Like, are you okay? It's like, oh no, what's going on, dude?
It's funny, okay. That's a 100%. I mean, and then I'll go on like Twitter rants. You know what's funny is like Twitter's kind of it's a big fucking deal. Like I'm talking like 4 years ago, I didn't even know what Twitter was, right?
Sure.
I never used it. I didn't give a fuck about it. Now it's fucking everything. It's everything. I'll go on Twitter and get into some big argument with some fucking random complete douchebag of a person.
Shit.
Don't even know who he is, and it's just all over making me look like an idiot. And I'll do that so much, dude, and it's ridiculous. But yeah, all that good stuff.
What is
Twitter
your
is like,
opinion on songs
it's
made
just as
about
much
you?
on stream. You don't want to fuck up on stream. You don't want to fuck up on Twitter either.
Like you.
I mean, think about how many people get called on their bullshit from like a fucking Twitter post that happened, 3 years prior. I mean, dude, it happened all throughout the presidential election, bro.
Sure.
Like,
No, but like, no. What you're talking about is like, so like, this is kind of like the mental image I have of some fucking anime ninja shit, right? Where what you have when you deal with Twitter, there's like fucking a million fucking shadow ninjas, right? Who all try to attack you and like you can kill like every single person, but it doesn't matter. But then like you fuck up on the one dude. And it's all fucking over, right? You've got like a million people on Twitter that are constantly trying to get at you. They're constantly trying to get you to say stupid shit or make you fuck up somehow, right? And you deal with it, most of it, fine. But like you don't get props for arguments you win on fucking Twitter. Nobody gives a fuck that you prove that one random no-name wrong. But the fucking millisecond that you were wrong on a single fucking thing, like everybody comes up like, what about this one thing? You're like, oh my God. Like, and it's always to like people that have no accountability, like if I'm getting into an argument with you and you're calling me like literally the worst fucking names you can think up of, like you don't have any accountability. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. Like, but if I say anything even remotely similar back to you, my fucking life is destroyed,
Yeah, dude, it's a big play. It's a big part, dude.
It's
funny. It's funny after streaming too. Like there's weird things, right? Like weird little quirks you get from streaming. At least for me, where I don't watch porn on my computer ever. Okay.
This is why the 2 PC setup is nice. But yeah, I know what you mean.
You never watch. Okay, I never watch porn on my computer. My camera always has to have either my. I used to turn my camera, but now I have like a little little cam cover that I flip over it. And it always has to be something on top of the camera because in my peripheral vision, I'll see that shit up and instantly know like, all right, that needs to come down. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you watch porn solely on your phone, right? Which isn't bad. You have Chromecast now. You can put that shit on your TV. Yeah, but. And then it goes even so far as to when I'm done watching it, the first thing I'll do is I'll go to my Twitter and I'll look at my likes and I'll make sure I didn't accidentally like something on that fucking page. You know what I'm saying?
Or you've got like maybe you do masturbate, but you forgot to like you didn't like do your thing with the camera, so you very slowly like you bring up your Twitch chat and you're like twitch.tv/Summit1G chat and you make sure that nobody's like saying anything in there. And you're like, oh no.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. It's some serious. You cannot fuck up. It's scary. It's
Otherwise, you'll be DSP'd on the internet forever, dude.
Exactly. So it's scary shit, dude. You gotta be careful,
Yeah.
You gotta be careful. But yeah, trust goes into that too, right? If you're talking to chicks or like that's all trust, man. You gotta talk to the right people.
Yeah, that's always like a really scary thing too, because like. It sounds really fucked up to say, but like I don't know. Do you have people that try to like fish you and shit?
Not often.
Oh man, I've had a few that have
No
tried to
way,
do that.
really?
I had the most recent example. I think it was some chick. Oh fuck, it's been a while, probably like a year or two ago. But somebody messaged me and they were like, hey, like Destiny, like this is really weird, but I'm like a really big fan, and you know, like this kind of sounds strange, but I'm really attracted to you, blah blah blah. And it was one of those posters like, no fuck away, but like, okay, we'll see where this goes. So I talked to this person for like for a while, and they got to the pic trading part like really fast. Like, sure thing, let's do it. So, you know, like, oh, I prefer to trade on Snapchat. It's like, of course. So we trade on Snapchat. You know, you do like screenshot the picture, throw it up on the image search on Google, and I find the template where the pictures are coming. I was like, okay, so I know they're fucking me. So like, I would ask for like, can you give me a, can you throw me up like a, can you write my name on your leg or something just so that I know? And they're like, oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
So like 5 minutes later, the shittily fucking photoshopped picture comes back, and I'm like, oh wow, thanks. And they're like, oh yeah, like, so what do you look like? And I'll send like a standard picture, and I'm like, okay, well, what do you really look like? What is that? And I was like, oh, like I feel a little bit more comfortable to chat for a while, right? So like I had this person talking to me, right? So I'm literally like full on sexting this person for like 2 fucking hours, and it's gonna like more progressively degrade it, because I'm curious, like how far will this guy go? It's like after like a 2-hour fucking wank session or whatever the fuck this guy's doing, you know, I'm fine, like, hey dude, like, you know, it's, you know, good try, but you know, I found the picture right away, and they remove me like immediately, you know. And I always wonder for like some of these people, like I've always wondered, like, would you really like tell your friends this story? Like, dude, like check this out, like I totally got Destiny, like I totally tricked him. It's like, what'd you do? And it's like, well, I sat there and I pretended to suck his dick for like 2 hours on fucking Skype. Like I was sending him like slurp sounds and everything. Like, like really, dog? Like it seems like you kind of played yourself, you know. But yeah, I have
fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, people that do that shit, and even on like when I used to be on Tinder and whatnot, like that shit was really fucking scary, because I never know if it's like a person or like a fan or some crazy chick that's gonna try to like blackmail you. Like, oh wow, I know who you are. So yeah.
The blackmail thing, right? That's
Yeah.
a little. Yeah, I hear you, dude. I hear you. That thing's. It's got to be somewhat common for some streamers, man.
Mm-hmm. And it used to be like back in the day, it wasn't so bad, because I figure like if you trade nudes to someone, like at least you've got collateral. But now at this point, it's like you have so much more to lose as a streamer. Like, does a random chick really give a fuck that much if her nudes
If her
get leaked?
nudes are
Like,
out, exactly.
yeah, she might like care a little bit, but like for a streamer, like fucking like.
Your career's taking a hit.
Yeah, can we get F's in chat for our boy Crebo? I didn't like
Yeah.
Crebo. I fucking hate Crebo. I hate Riot and
Really?
all of them. Yeah, but what happened to him was a fucking tragedy. That's horrible shit, dude. Because
Feels
he
bad,
didn't
man.
even, he didn't even fuck up. Like somebody just straight out fucking blackmailed him. Like I think it was even a real chick. Like that's some fucked up shit. Like that's some really fucked up shit.
Yeah, see, that's why I wouldn't do anything like that with somebody that I either didn't know in real life or
Didn't
don't
have the ability
know,
to fucking
like,
kill.
Yeah.
but,
Like basically, like you think about it, like if you getting hooked up with a fan, right, and you're sending these things, like bad things can happen, and
Yeah.
they can't simultaneously happen back. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like nothing can happen back to them, really. But if you do it with like a streamer chick or something like that, like okay,
Yeah.
there's a little bit more.
That you would probably have a
know,
little bit more collateral there for sure.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's.
But like
that's
the
one of
standard thing is
scariest
true. Like
things
you
as
can't
for
even
me.
like if you did try to get revenge, like that would only make you look bad.
An asshole, exactly.
I remember like
Yeah,
I had my big ordeal when shit got fucked for me. And I remember, like, I was really fucking mad afterwards. She got on my Twitter and, was posting my little Johnson all over Twitter and everything for everybody to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I got on Reddit, I was mad as fuck. And I was like, dude, like, I'm going to contact your fucking school and get you kicked out of school. And I had people, like, messaging me, like, dude, you're being really, really mean right now. Like, this is really weird. It's like, this fucking chick called me a pedophile and posts my dick all over fucking Twitter. Like, what the fuck do you mean I'm being mean? Like, I can't say anything? Like, I'm always, like, okay, dude, like, whatever. Like, yeah. People are like, you're being really insensitive. Like, okay. Yeah, it's a good meme.
Yeah. It's rough, dude. It's super rough. And like we live our life on the internet, so like that's like the go-to spot to be hitting up chicks, at least for me, you know what I mean? Like real life girls, I just don't know if they, I mean, yeah, you always want to hit up real life girls, you know what I mean? But I almost consider like the kind of the same, like the gaming thing and like maybe even the streaming thing kind of like an attractive thing for like just having that thing in common or having someone to talk about.
Oh,
stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. To
but
some extent,
doing that is way, way risky. It's way risky.
Yeah, I guess like
Real
for
life
me,
is just way easier.
The thing that I always consider is like if you go to like an event and you meet people, like I think that and I understand that everybody views it like differently, but like I think that there's something to be said for that, like talking to a girl that doesn't know much about you and then having her like genuinely start to fall for you, genuinely like and like that kind of a feeling is like really, really good. And it's not to shit on anybody who meets people in certain ways, but like that kind of feeling just doesn't happen when you're talking to a fangirl, right? Because they already know you, they already like you, obviously, because they're your fucking fan, right? So there's not, I don't want to say that like it's fun to put in the work or whatever, but there's like a sense of enjoyment of getting somebody to like you after they start to know you and had no idea who you were,
Yeah, I gotcha. Have you ever you think you've ever run into like something where a chick would only talk to you because you're Destiny?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's even for you. Not that you're like a bad person or shitty person, but like I'm sure you've had like fangirls or whatever message you that are only talking to you because you're fucking Summit1G, like you're the big streamer, or whatever,
I'm
right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit. I'm trying to remember what the fuck I was thinking about there earlier too.
What do you remember we were talking about?
Something mentally, dude. My big thing on Twitch is mental. Period. Like I think it's not. Oh yeah, basically what I was talking about. Okay, so I was gonna be talking about that. Is what people don't understand is when you say that you streamed 8 hours that day, another person's straight first thought might be, well, I played fucking video games for 8 hours today too. But it's completely different because I don't know about you, but like I said, when you're off stream and you happen to hop on a game and you might just be playing games for 4 or 5 hours that day, you realize how chill and relaxing it is just sitting there, getting up from your computer whenever the fuck you want, doing whatever the fuck you want. If you want to put your hand on your dick, put your hand on your dick then. You know what I'm saying? You do whatever the fuck
Or
you
if you
want.
wanna,
It's
like-
chill no matter what. Doesn't feel like work whatsoever at all at any point during that day. But as a streamer, you don't have any of that luxury, right? Like, you got to be entertaining. You got to be reading your chat like crazy. You got to be interacting with people like crazy. You got to be putting on a show, essentially, rather than just be sitting at your comp at home playing video games for 8 hours. You were sitting at your comp at home entertaining for 8 hours, right? Or like trying to do something like relevant for 8 hours, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't think people understand like the difference and like how mentally exhausting it is to just be streaming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, every aspect of it. Yeah, you like it must feel nice to like really fucking lay into a dude and call him like every fucking word you can think of, but like on stream, you know, especially coming from our background is like, I mean, I imagine you've been playing games your whole life, right? Mm-hmm. The internet is a much different place today than it was, you know, like 10 or 15 years ago. That shit was raw as fuck. Like, I don't care who the fuck your favorite gamer is. If you could see the deplorable fucking shit that they were saying in like BNet chat rooms or on fucking Ragnarok online or Ultima online or some shit, you know, fucking 10, 15 years ago, or in CS 1.6, did that have a chat in it?
I hear you.
I
hear
that
you completely.
Yeah, that shit was like way fucking worse than anything. And like today, like the worst is you get people, you know, calling people certain names. Like it was nothing, not even close to as bad as it used to be.
I mean, and today's changed. Today in general has changed, even outside of the gaming world and the internet. You know what I mean? Real life, like political correctness, it's insane. Like I used to, the word faggot and gay used to be a part of my word arsenal when I was younger. You know what I mean? Even before I was streaming, that used to be a big thing. I think even at a point in time before I was a big streamer, I still used to use the word faggot pretty convenient, like pretty what's the word I'm looking for here? Just pretty often.
Commonly,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Commonly, thank you. Yeah, and then you know you
and
have
those
to,
weren't even like the
you
worst
have to
words.
drop those words.
Those weren't even close to the worst things.
But
you
they will
said.
still make you look like a dick. Period.
Yeah.
They'll make you look like an asshole in a heartbeat. If you even say the word, I mean, gay, you can get by with gay, but faggot, I feel like faggot's a tough one.
It's almost
that is
not
pretty
to like
harsh word nowadays.
Yeah, not to try to like say it like hardcore, but like it's almost up there with like the N word. Like you're getting
definitely.
close. You're getting close to there. Yeah.
Yep, I agree 100%.
And if you're from did you ever play console games?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay, so if you're from console FPS background, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but because I'm not as familiar with that, but I'm a little bit familiar with it, like, the N-word is really common in that background. Like,
fuck
in the console games, people say that shit or they used to, I don't know what it's like before, but back in my day, everybody said the N-word all the fucking time. On Xbox Live, that's all you would fucking hear.
Dude. I still get that now, though. On PC, especially in the open world games. If at any point in time you can get multiple people talking to me anytime they want to in an open world game, it's almost guaranteed the N-bomb's going to present itself.
Sure.
It's
well, but
insane.
now it's
And
different because
almost
people are just
always
trying to
the
get your
kids.
stream banned or whatever, right?
Exactly, yeah. They're just trying to get attention. They're just trying to, like, they're going to tell their friends later, like, you know, I fucking got on Summit stream, dropped an N-bomb like 4 times on his channel. It was fucking sick. You know what I mean? Like, I get that a lot, though, on the open world games, on Battlegrounds and like H1Z1.
Yeah, and it's really, I guess, like, because I see it all from, like, a different perspective, too, because I know so many more people than I used to and whatnot. Like, it also, like, that shit's got to get pretty tiring, too. Like, if you are actually, like, I feel like I would be really irritated if I was a black dude, and every time I jumped into a PUBG lobby, there's always, like, 3 people, like, screaming the N-word. Like, okay, dude, I guess, like, it was funny the first time, but it seems like it gets kind of old now. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, man. What do you think about, like, streamers who make it on one single game, but then their channel ends up failing miserably or just completely because they can't transition to another? Like, i.e. speedrunners.
Oh, I mean, that's a hard thing to do. I mean, right? Like, that could have been my story. I mean, I mean, it's difficult to transition, right? Because all the problems that we talked about earlier are there, you know, like it's much easier to play one game because you don't have to worry about diversifying your interests. You don't have to worry about the business side of shit as much because you just have your fan base that will always watch you play one game. Like, yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of people that got really popular with one game, and then after that game got unpopular, it's like, well, fuck, like, I don't know what else the fuck to do, you know? At that point, you have to start putting in actual effort, you know, to figure out how to stay alive, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. Do you think there's like a science to it? Like, you know, like, do you think there's like a guaranteed way of not getting yourself stuck in one game?
I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of, I mean, maybe it depends on personal interest. I mean, if you're only ever really interested in one game,
That's true, I guess. Personal interest plays a big part, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I see that shit happen to speedrunners all the time. They'll play their speedrun game with 300-400 viewers, and then they drop to a different game, whatever game they want, 10-15.
For sure.
Which is a huge drop. And I see it, like I said, a lot in speedrunning.
Yeah, I mean, it happens I know that there were some League streamers that would have that same type of shit where, like, they play League of Legends and they get, like, 15,000 viewers, and then they go to play another game and they get, like, you know, 300 viewers, and it's like, holy shit, like, that would be so fucking scary to me. Like,
it's like, okay, that to me is terrifying. Like, absolutely terrifying, because you're 300 people away from failing.
Yeah.
That's how I get to
or
a
you're
low
already
number,
failing, you know?
If I'm in triple digits, I'm terrified,
Sure.
right? Because that's not a crazy amount of people that are watching you. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of people standing in between you and McDonald's as a job. You know what I'm saying?
And oblivion, yeah.
Yeah. That always scares me too. I agree with you. When I see streamers taking huge hits like that, even when I know it's like probably a good decision to get themselves out there to different video games, it's still scary. That's funny. Shit. But yeah, I guess for me it was like when I was stuck in my main game. I wouldn't say I was stuck, but I always used to do night games where I would just swap almost regularly, almost every night to be like, all right, I did 6 hours of Counter-Strike. We're going to switch it up to I used to call it night games. We're just going to switch it up to night games, and we're going to play basically whatever the fuck I want. So it's like you would get yourself out there. Okay, let me put it this way. Have you ever had a thing where when you switch games, you've had that viewer that's like, why did you switch to this game?
No, what?
You lost 1,000 viewers. Like,
no, I have no idea what you're talking about. Nobody knows about those fans. What? People love to watch no matter what game you play. My favorite are the ones that aren't even there when you switch. It's the ones that show up 2 hours later like, dude, why are you playing this shit game? You have like 10 times less views than normal. Are you fucking retarded? Go back to playing the game that I want to watch you play. Like, motherfucker, like, come back tomorrow, you fucking retard. Like, holy shit, I'll be here, dude. I'm here every fucking day. Go watch a fucking VOD. You'll be okay, mate.
Dude, every day, man.
Yeah.
Every day. And I want to just fucking, every single time, I want to just fucking break it down for him and just be like, listen, dude, I've been streaming for so fucking long and I have this many viewers. What do you have? Like, I know how this shit works, dude. But you know what I mean? Like, that just super narrow-minded thinking. Super narrow-minded. Just thinking about solely the viewer number. Because in my opinion, it's like, one, you got to think about a game's longevity on your channel, right? And you have to think about the max potential for that game will be reached eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can play Counter-Strike and have, 15 to 20K viewers consistently. But there will come a time where there's no opportunity for growth whatsoever. And you will hit a wall where there's going to be nothing but downward spiral from there. You cannot grow. Therefore, you can only go down.
Yeah,
right?
You're 100% correct. Oh, dude, like, I used to get into these same arguments when I would try to branch out to other games, because I started branching out early on, and this was back when I would get like 4 to 6K in StarCraft or whatever still, or even like 3K plus like pretty easily, or not even like 4K plus pretty easily, and I would go, try to transition to League, and I'd get like, I'd be playing like 1,000, 1,500 viewers. People are like, why are you switching Destiny? Like, just play StarCraft, you get the most viewers. It's like, dude, I get the most viewers in StarCraft right now that I will ever have for the rest of my life. It's only going down from here. I have to switch. Like, it's cool that I get 4,000 now, but I would rather have 2,000 playing another game where I have an opportunity for growth than 4,000 this year in StarCraft, 3,000 next year, 2,000 the next year, and then try to switch. Like, that's a lot of people don't realize that shit.
Yeah, and like, I see it as like, even if you're getting yourself out there one single day to a different community that may not know you, because you don't think about how huge Twitch is, right? There's some people on Twitch who have no idea who Lyric is, who have no idea who Sodapoppin is. And you never know when you might switch to a game and that person happens to be browsing that category for a game, or it might be the only game they watch, and you pop up. And all of a sudden, you pique the interest of somebody that would never have found you otherwise if you're playing StarCraft the whole time, right?
Sure, yeah.
And then that person might come to your channel and might start liking your personality for you and might watch every single game you play. And now you've gotten a viewer on your channel that's joined your community that will watch anything. And that's pretty much the perfect viewer, right?
Oh shit, yeah. So when I always talk to people about like the business of streaming and whatnot, like I always bring up what you're talking about. So like for me, I've identified that there's 3 different kinds of viewers, right? And your goal as a streamer is always to convert from a higher group to a lower group. So like the lowest group is like, this is your core viewer base. These are the people who, no matter what the fuck you're doing, they will always watch your stream, right? That's like group 1. This is the most important group. This is the group you make most of your money out of. You can sell merchandise to. That will always be there no matter what you're doing, right? This is like your most important group. The second group, these are the people that will always watch you when you're playing the game that they want you to play. So if you were like a CSGO pro, League pro, StarCraft pro, whatever, these are the people that are always watching you when you play that game, right? And then you've got the third group, which are the people that kind of filter in and out. So if something really special is going on, the people that come in, if you're just streaming and you're near the top of the list, people that kind of filter in and out, right? And your goal is always to try to get those people, right? If somebody filters into your stream, you want them to always watch you when you're playing whatever game you're playing. And then if somebody watches you whenever you're playing that game, you always want them to always want to watch you, period, no matter what, right? That moving people through those groups is like a really important thing. And then what you said was like the lowest tier, or the highest tier, I guess, viewer is that person that likes you for who you are and will always watch your stream no matter what you're doing. It's like the most valuable viewer,
So yeah, so the goal is to essentially get more of those viewers, and on top of that goal is to also keep those viewers there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's another thing about small streams as well. I always kind of not complain to my channel, but when it gets brought up, I'm always kind of like jibber jabbering about this, about how
I've seen the tweets too.
Yeah.
You got a lot of shit for these. What are you talking about? Like, why do people always say, support small streams, whatever? Is that?
Oh my god, dude.
You got a lot of fucking hate that day.
Shit, dude. Yep. That's exactly going back to what we were talking about with the Twitter rants, dude. You gotta chill out sometimes. But yeah, you get some shit if you dump into the wrong spot. That was the wrong spot, because I didn't realize until after that day that how many fucking people put that hashtag at the end of their stream. It's insane.
Oh shit.
But yeah, one of the biggest things small streamers complain about is getting exposure, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so on one end, like, I tell them, like, one, you're probably looking for exposure before you're even ready to be looking for exposure. You have to kind of focus on your content. Because I always tell people, like, if you're getting exposed and your content sucks, it's almost useless ass exposure, because those people are never going to come back anyways. So you work on your own content, then you work on exposure, right? You want to make sure you have good content that you think can be successful. So 1. And then 2, they look for exposure rather than entertaining the current viewer base that they have. They're constantly looking for new ones to kind of like almost like overlap them, rather than just being like entertaining the current ones
and then adding
word
new
of
people
mouth
on.
Do its thing, so that you can, and then when someone else comes in, you're adding on to that, even very, very slowly, right? It's like the slowest process ever. You might not see progress for months, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even as like a streamer where I'm at right now, I don't see progress for months and months and months, sometimes like a year, you know what I mean, before I even see viewer climb. And I think a lot of small streamers like nowadays complain that they can't get exposure. And they think that if they do get exposure, all of a sudden they're going to blow up. Like, well, why don't, like, I get a lot of these people on my channel, like, why don't you ever host people? Why don't you ever host people? I'm just like, I'll raid people from time to time. But you guys have to understand that just because you raid somebody or just because you host somebody, I can host someone, like 7 or 8 times in a row. I can host them for a month straight. If they don't have the content, they are keeping nobody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And if they'll even get more demotivated because they'll see like the big numbers and get excited, and then they'll just start to slowly fade away, and they're like, oh, well, damn. Yeah, there's like that saying or whatever that it's like luck is opportunity meets preparation or something. That preparation part is really fucking important. Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Super fuck yeah. What do you think? How do you feel about hosting?
I don't know. I like doing it because it doesn't cost me anything. Usually, like, especially when I'm variety gaming, what I'll do is I'll just go and I'll find people that I'll usually host somebody that's got like less than I think I go 100 viewers or less. I'll always try to host somebody like that at the end of my stream. But yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't think I've made anybody into a huge streamer doing it, but I just figure because it's like it doesn't really cost me anything to do it. Like, why not?
I hear you. I usually stay away from hosting personally, because I feel like if you raid somebody, you give them the viewership, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then essentially the ball's in their court from there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I feel like when I host somebody, it's almost like they're representing me. And if they fuck up, you know what I mean? I don't have any control over that, and it kind of like almost like reflects itself upon me or something like that. I don't know, I've got like a weird thing. I don't like hosting people. I always raid, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's like a right or wrong way to look at it, so.
Yeah, I hear you.
I think you have helped out a couple people a little bit. Oh, well, thanks. Yeah, I know what you mean, though. Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I hate... Oh, man. Have you ever gotten the... Have you ever seen, like, when Twitch tweets out, like, a big streamer or something like that, and they'll be like, oh, look what, you know, Destiny did here, and it'll be like you know, doing some crazy shit on StarCraft, something like that, and the first fucking tweet on there is like, Twitch, man, you guys always just tweet out big streamers, never support the little streamers. You ever seen that shit?
No.
I hate that shit.
So this sounds like this is your, like, this is like, to, like, Wreckful's Kitty Plays Games, this is, like, your thing that, like, really drives you crazy.
Yeah, it's the small streamer complaining kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
The proletariat is trying to rise up, dude. Trying to seize the Twitch, yeah.
You know what other things get under my skin a little bit?
What?
Have you ever come across the streamers that tweet 5 to 6, 7 times during their stream for you to come check out their stream?
Oh, I've seen it, but
I follow some of those people, and it bugs the fuck out of me every time I see it on my feed.
It doesn't seem very effective. I feel like you would lose
I don't think
Twitter
it's effective
followers doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's effective, and it's fucking annoying. Frankly, But yeah.
Sure.
Now I'm kind of nitpicking.
Why do you follow? How many people do you follow? I follow like 30 people
on Twitter.
Yeah.
Wow, am I one of them?
Yeah, you are. You're oh, there you go, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude. I don't know how many people I follow. Not a lot. Not nearly as many as people that follow me, right? I think, like, I don't like my feed being blown up by just bunch of nonsense. Like, have you ever run into those people not run into those people, like, seen those people, like, be like, oh, first 10 people to comment on this, or first 10 people to like this, get a follow. And I'm thinking, like, God damn, your feed is probably just like, you probably don't even get to look at your fucking Twitter feed. It's probably just nothing but looking at notifications, and that's it. Like, I like to look at my feed and see what's happening with my friends or see what's happening with other streamers, you know what I mean? I don't want to follow completely random people that I just don't give a fuck about their tweets that are going to be filling my feed, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. Do you,
I don't know how people do that.
Do you have the Twitter app?
I mean, on my phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any special app. I just have the normal default
the normal
one.
Do you ever have those disappointing moments where your phone vibrates and you look and it's like some guy's following you and you look and he's like 1 million followers? You're like, oh shit, this guy's real big. And then you see that he follows like 800,000 people.
Yeah, 100%.
That's how that always makes me.
I get that a lot.
That always makes me so sad. Like, oh, okay.
I get that a lot, man. I get it where like someone will follow. Yeah, you basically just follow bots.
Yeah.
Completely, you'll see it. It's like some fucking violinist or something like that, checking it, like liking a post that you did like 2 weeks ago or something, and then following you.
Or all the porn spam.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the serious question. If you get the porn bot, do you at least look at their profile to see what's rocking on there? Ever? Or
I mean,
you absolutely never click it? I want the honest truth. This is like a pee in the shower question.
Well, oh fuck! Well, I feel like it's really boring. I never look at it. I mean, because the pictures are no, because you've got like sites dedicated to porn. Why would I go to bots that are following my shit to look at this?
I completely understand that.
That's how I view it personally. I mean, I guess like, yeah, no. I guess the only disappointing thing that ever works out to that sometimes is like where I'll see like somebody's like favorited a tweet or retweeted a tweet or whatever, and I'll see it's like a really attractive woman like from the thumbnail, and then I'll click it and it's one of those fucking K-pop stars. I'm like, fuck, and I just block those people immediately. That's like the only close to like equivalent experience I can think of.
Okay. Do you ever get recognized in person? Have you ever?
Yeah.
I'm not talking events. I'm talking real life.
Yeah, it's happened a few times. It's not as common. I live in. Do you know where Nebraska is or what Nebraska is?
Do I know where Nebraska is?
Yeah, I don't know. Where do you live?
I live in Colorado.
Oh, okay. So kind of sort of similar, right? Smaller state. We don't live in California, right? Pretty
exactly.
Much, yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's happened a couple times, like once at the zoo, a couple times in restaurants, but it's not too common here. But I mean, my city's not like huge or anything, so.
Okay, but it happens very rarely.
Very, very rarely. Yeah.
I gotcha. So
do you get recognized pretty often? Do you get recognized pretty often?
No, fuck no, I don't get recognized pretty often. When I go to California, yeah.
Okay.
If I go to California, it's a lot more often than when I'm in Colorado, for sure. I mean, the one time, it's funny, one time I got recognized at a drive-thru,
Oh yeah.
And he recognized my voice through the intercom.
Cool.
Which told me, like, you have a really fucking annoying voice, apparently, Summit, because
no, you just know who you were,
me.
dude. That happened to me. That was actually my most recent interaction. I went to a Starbucks and some dude recognized me in my hot chocolate order and he gave me my shit for free. I felt like a fucking celebrity, dude. I felt so famous. Oh my god.
Have you ever had a delivery guy recognize you?
I don't think so. I don't order delivery too often though. Do you have any are you followed or friends with any like celebrities?
God. I'm trying to think. Nobody like super big, like football players, like UFC, like Rampage Jackson, Mighty Mouse, like, you know, the guys that are on Twitch now.
Sure.
That kind of stuff. What about you?
The closest I kind of have was I have a fan as a Butterfield. He played the kid Ender in Ender's Game, and I think he played the kid in Hugo.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he's like
Wait,
a
you're
fan
saying
of mine.
that in the movie Ender's Game?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
I actually
That's
feel
my favorite book. I love the movie. Damn.
Probably one of the worst business decisions I've ever made in my entire life is he used to ask me if I wanted to play Dota back in the day, but I only played League, so I never played with him.
No. So did you tell him yes?
No, I was like, I don't really play Dota. Let me know if you come to League. It was pretty autistic of me. I'm pretty stupid. I shouldn't have.
Oh.
And then,
man.
and then like a month ago, he messaged me when I was playing the PlayerUnknown's Battleground a lot, and he was like, "Hey, dude, do you play PUBG or whatever?" Or he was like, "Hey, like, what's up?" And I saw he was playing a lot, and I didn't message him back until like the next day. And I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And then he didn't message me back after that, so I don't know if he like quit playing or missed it. But I always get nervous around celebrities. Like, I don't want to like message him a ton, like I'm trying to like leech off his shit or something. So I always feel bad,
of
you know.
course.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a big one, man. That's not like closest thing. Like to me, that's big.
Yeah. Well, I mean, back when I played StarCraft, yeah, that's where he knew me from. So, but
that's still fucking cool though. So how long ago was that you would have those exchanges with him?
Oh fuck. This was back when we did the MLG game on.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh yeah, MLG. Oh, this was back actually. Oh no, maybe you remember this. This was back when MLG was trying to start their streaming service, MLG TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good. Did you ever know any of those guys, Sundance or?
Yeah, of course I know. I've like dibble dabbled in some like
Please don't say investment opportunities in MLG.
No, not investment opportunities. Okay, one. We all know that 90% of the time switching off of Twitch is career suicide.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Trying to go to the streaming service. I've had Facebook try to get me, and MLG. I kind of tossed them a number, like a couple numbers, like kind of like just playfully, seeing if they would kind of bite at it. But I was telling them millions. I told them like multiple millions.
For sure.
Basically, to switch. Because I'm thinking like if I'm going to commit career suicide,
I want to be able to retire once my career is over. No, yeah, and that's the same. That's how it always works for me. Like, if anybody ever makes like, and I've had a few of those offers, and it's like I'm gonna like I can give you a number and I'll do it, but you're never gonna pay it because I'm not even worth that much. But like you have to understand, like I'm sacrificing the rest of my career to make this jump, so it's not gonna be worth it. Yeah,
100% in agreement on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. What about events? How many events you go to for like throughout the year?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Anywhere from 2 to 6, I guess, or 2 to 10. I don't know. It depends on what's going on. Like in some years, I flew back and forth between Germany probably like 3 or 4 times, and then maybe I'll only go like maybe I'll only go like a couple times. Like I don't know. I'm going to E3 next week. I went to Taiwan last week. I'm probably going to TwitchCon and a couple things. Like there are people that travel way more than me, and there are people that never travel. So I don't know. I guess like a medium.
Do you think there exist streamers? Okay, this is gonna be like a weird one. Do you think there exists streamers out there that might not necessarily, they're still in triple digits, that go to too many events that they don't see as hurting their channel, but when you look at it, you're like, this is definitely hurting their channel, and they're going to way too many events for these business opportunities. But at the end of the day, it's being more of a negative effect than a positive?
I don't look at those people too often, but it's possible. Sometimes they're like, oh man, dude, I don't want to sound like I'm talking shit on anybody. If you're trying to make it on Twitch, like you do whatever hustle you have to do, like you do it. Like I respect it. Like it's a lot of work. But like, have you ever seen like, this feels so bad to say because I'm not trying to discourage anybody, but you ever seen those communities of like 20, 30, 40, 50 streamers that all like host each other and are all very kind of like in with each other, whatever, but like none of them, there'll be like one person in that whole group that gets like maybe 100 viewers, but they're like all constantly hosting each other and networking with each other, but they're not really getting anywhere or doing anything,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like I've seen that kind of stuff happen. I guess like if that traveling and whatnot,
right. Pleb life is.
If that traveling is like actually taking away from your stream time or something, then yeah, that would probably be a bad thing. I can't think like in terms of just traveling. If I specifically see people do that a lot, where they're fucking themselves by just traveling. Are you saying like they're taking a lot of time off streaming to do this?
Yeah, so they take a lot of. So they okay. So I get hit with these events like retarded amounts, right? Like, oh, you want to go do this for this game company where you go to their fucking studio and you play for a couple hours, yada yada yada, or do you want to go check out this game launch, like like maybe the last one with Destiny 2. You want to go to this, and this, kind of like these events that you're getting paid for, essentially. But, like, you end up going to so fucking many of these things that I feel like you're just taking an insane amount of time off your stream that it cannot be helping you whatsoever. It's got to be having the opposite effect.
Sure. Yeah, I would never do that. It's already really hard to get me to want to travel to anything, even things that I maybe should go to. So, because I would always rather just work on my own shit, right? Yeah.
I hear you. I've never really mentioned that one to anybody. I don't know how much that affects people, but yeah, there's some. I promise, chat. There's some.
Wow, not gonna name names?
No, hell no, I'm not gonna.
No, I'm just kidding.
You know me, not doing the drama thing.
Sure.
I'm trying to get on the side of the booby streamers. Couldn't you tell when they're in that fucking segment? Making sure none of them get into my Twitter are really pissed off at me. I gotta get behind them. You can't go against those ones.
Sure. Gotta make all those friends.
Who do you think was the first booby streamer ever?
The first booby streamer ever.
My first thought's Casey Tron.
No way, it's not her.
Really?
Definitely not. I don't know who it was, but I know it's not her. Because Casey Tron started as like a reaction to the booby streamers because she kind of sort of satirizes it. Yeah.
Okay, on Casey Tron subject. Do you think she's a fucking genius? Or do you think that it's ridiculous what she does?
I mean, fucking genius might be like a little bit exaggerated, but I mean, like, I think she's pretty smart at what she does. I give her big props for it. I mean, she seems to make it work out pretty well. She's had like a lot of. I've been kind of critical lately because she hasn't been streaming a lot lately. I don't know. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Like her streams are getting fucked for like the past like month or two. Like if you go and like look up her hours, I want to say it's like 120 hours or something over the past like 90 days.
Life might be kicking in.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, and I do know. Like she's had a lot of like problems, like stalking people and like crazy shit going on. So like I feel kind of bad for her, but no, yeah, I think she does her stuff really well. She built a community out of something that started off as kind of like a joke and whatnot. So yeah, I think she earned her props.
Yeah, I think she's got to be. I think she is who she is on her stream, right? Like she kind of plays that. The very serious gamer chick / absolute troll, but I think she's got to be like super smart, man. There's no fucking way. Like, how do you keep that up? How can you keep that up? I couldn't even imagine.
This is actually really interesting because I don't want to say like I'm super close to her like or that, but like I'm fairly. Close
I'm not.
to her.
And let me just go ahead and say that this is in no way negative whatsoever because I think she does a fantastic job.
Oh yeah, sure.
I don't want to be stepping on her toes there.
Oh yeah, no. Something that I noticed that was really interesting because I asked her that once because I was really curious, like how do you deal with all the hate and everything? Like how do you does this make you feel? And something she brought up that was really interesting to me was that because she plays a character. It's actually a lot easier to kind of shrug off some of the hate sometimes, or at least a long time ago she felt that way. That, if anybody was saying mean or rude or negative things about her, she could always like, well, they're talking about Casey Tron. They're not talking about me in particular. And that was a really interesting thing that I'd never thought of before, because for people like you or me, the insults are always as personal as they possibly can be, and they're always like directly personal at you. But it would be interesting to play a character and think that like, oh, well, they're just insulting somebody that's not me at all,
I can understand that.
I don't know if she still feels the same way now because now she's gotten a lot more personable on stream and whatnot, so maybe it's different, but
I feel like nobody feels the same day one streaming as they do fucking end of streaming, to be honest. Yeah. I used to be the super nice guy, right? I wouldn't be like really mean to anybody in my chat, even if you were a butthole. Like I'd be pretty cool. Now you say some stupid negative shit in my chat, I'll tell you you're a fucking idiot, your mom has a wiener or something, you know what I'm saying? Like it's weird because I don't know, dude. I just really hope events have metal detectors.
Really? How are you going to bring in a gun to defend yourself from some fan then?
TwitchCon, you better have. I'll have the low key bodyguards. You know what I mean? The ones that follow me around like nonchalant that nobody sees, like the big giant motherfucker, and he'll just tackle the bitch.
Sure.
Yeah, I think Faker had a bunch of bodyguards. I think he went to PAX one time. He had a bunch of bodyguards.
Oh wow, that wouldn't surprise me. Dude, it's fucking popular as fuck.
Dude, I think he's one of the most popular gamers in the world at this point in time, right?
One of, or the most, maybe.
I think he's the?
I don't know, because League is the biggest esport in some countries.
Yeah, so. Right. He's on top of the biggest.
Yeah. Maybe not as big as some of the FPS guys. Maybe. I'm not sure.
I know, like, DayZ makes a killing.
DayZ. Well, we're talking about, like, popular genres, though, not fighting games.
That's true. I mean, but okay. But he took a non-popular genre and turned it into something he's fucking hugely famous where he's from.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And look at, like, someone like Nadeshot. Nadeshot took, like, the level of that, a popular COD player should be, and took it to a completely different level, right? Like, he got tremendously more famous than any other COD player. If you think famous COD player, your first thought is probably Nadeshot, or at least it was 2 to 3 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he created, like, some crazy brand, and I think, like, maybe not no matter what game you're from, but I think you can even take, like, an inferior game and turn it into something, like, super good for you individually. I mean, dude, Quake was, I mean, it was okay. I wouldn't call it one of the most popular fucking games, and look what Fatality did with that shit,
Sure.
And it's funny, what do you think about deathmatch games? They're non-existent nowadays. They're not popular at all. On Twitch, they're gone.
Deathmatch counts as, like, what, like, just... Like free-for-all FPS games, or like, I mean, besides Quake, like Unreal Tournament, like, are these?
They don't even really exist that much anymore nowadays. I feel like companies stopped making them.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know. I mean, the same could be said for RTS. Right.
Well, shit. I don't think anybody can look at what happened to StarCraft and be like, "Yo, let's make our next game an RTS game."
Yeah.
Besides Halo Wars. Which I'm not sure how well that game did.
I don't know if it did well, but I actually, like, I don't think the game did well, but I've never heard anything bad about Halo Wars before. From anybody that's played it, I've never heard them shit talk the game. I've always heard, like, it was a really good game. Considering that it was on console RTS, I've always heard really good things about it, but it just wasn't popular. I've never heard anything bad about it, though. Maybe.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane how StarCraft was so huge at one point in time and just kicked the bucket. I feel like overnight, man. It was insane. Do you think that has anything to do with oversaturation of tournaments?
I think that there are a lot of different things that can be pointed to. I don't know. That's kind of a whole. I was one of the big. Fuck it. I'll take credit for this. I was like the only large community figure that was like a big doomsayer in the StarCraft 2 days. That I said there were a lot of problems in the game. And I got a lot of hate for calling it out. But there were just the ways that game was approached was just very poorly handled by Blizzard. I
gotcha.
Yeah, basically, like, StarCraft... So, like, to summarize it quickly, StarCraft Brood War was a very competitive game, right?
Of course. It wasn't easy at all. Like, there was no, like... Even when you would highlight your units, you could only highlight...
12 at a time or something.
12 at a time. Yeah. And now you can do, like, just a whole army, right?
255, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. But, basically, the problem was that when StarCraft started to become popular... I'm sorry. When StarCraft 2 came out, what they didn't realize is that a lot of people that played StarCraft, played it casually and enjoyed it casually and liked watching it because they enjoyed it casually. That was a really big deal for StarCraft. That's where I came from. That's where a lot of people came from. But when StarCraft 2 came out, it literally was like the most hardcore fucking game that they could ever launch. When it launched, it didn't even have chat rooms in it, right? There was no Battle.net chat room anything. There was no community anything. It was literally like you open the client and it was like fucking man up in 1v1 ladder. Like all of the whole client was built around the ladder experience, the ultimate competitive game. And it's like, dude, like normal people don't want to play this shit. Like normal people just want to goof off with their friends and watch pros play. Like normal people don't want to have only fucking like cutthroat ladder where they're like stressed out and they have too much anxiety to hit the button and actually like queue out. Like, yeah, but they
like back in the day they had all those mini games, right? Like an insane amount of mini games that were like listed on the thing that you can just jump in. They had like Dragon Ball Z,
like Kerrigan Naked, 2v2v2v2 free beer,
kind of like Warcraft 3 mods.
For sure, exactly, yeah.
And they just took all that away. You couldn't do it.
Nope. There was no arcade. There was no use map settings. It took a long time for that stuff to ever like get to where it should have been. And I think the ball kind of got dropped there. And it was too little too late by the time it came out. And the sad thing is that people always say that like, oh, well, RTS was dying. RTS was on the way out, blah, blah, blah. I totally disagree with that. Actually, I don't think genre has anything to do, or I think genre is very unimportant when it comes to making a game popular. I think it has to do with the support that a company puts behind it. And I say that with a lot of confidence too. And you know this because you were in the CSGO scene, right? Or you were in the CS scene at least, right? CSGO was like the most hated fucking game in the world. This is how I remember CSGO. CSGO being released was the only time I ever heard people say good things about CS Source. Like, that's what I remember. That's what I remember early CSGO for. It was fucking horrible. But Valve supported the fuck out of that game, and they took CS:GO from being nothing into arguably like the third or fourth.
Okay.
What? Shit.
This is debatable.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Because what you call Valve support,
Oh, you hate
I
the
consider
Valve?
to be Valve money making in their brains. You know what I'm saying? Like they see the money. And so let me put it in perspective. When I used to play DayZ, it used to be my main game for a while. I played DayZ and I would get 4,000 to 5,000 to 6,000 viewers. Counter-Strike used to be my night game, and I would drop to about 600. The day skins came out, I'm talking. I raised my channel to like 10K, and then eventually raised that to like 20K consistent viewership on Counter-Strike because of skins, not because they fixed game mechanics, not because they fixed maps. Well, I mean they do a decent job on maps, you know what I mean, but not because like they all of a sudden made like a superior Counter-Strike. No, it's the same fucking Counter-Strike. They just added skins.
Sure. So this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? So whereas like because it sounds like maybe you would have preferred a company like Blizzard. StarCraft 2 was a really good game. It was very ambitious. Asymmetrical balance in an RTS is very hard to do. When they did it, that game has always been balanced pretty closely. There's been some periods of cancer, but for the most part, Blizzard did a really good job on the technical side. The technical side of StarCraft is stunning. The art is perfect. The game engine is flawless. They built their own 3D engine to work with the in-game cutscene and the overhead view that works seamlessly together because it's the same engine. They did that really well, but they never appealed to the casual side of things, so the game fucking died, right? Now with CSGO, you know, the infamous 330 employee, no customer service agent fucking Valve with the fucking borderline autistic Gaben, you know, at the head of the fucking ship who can't do PR to save his fucking life, right? I mean, Valve definitely has its problems, but that appealing to that casual fan base made CSGO into what it is.
That's
like,
true.
yeah, like, well, I mean, I guess you could argue, I don't know, fuck all, like maybe 1.6 was more competitive or whatever in terms of mechanics than CSGO, but CSGO is sure as fuck more popular, right? People probably make way more fucking money streaming and playing, right? That's like you need like two companies to come together and like find that balance of like, we want to work really hard on our game engine, make things competitive and have good PR outreach, but we also want to keep it really casually accessible and popular amongst people.
Like the most popular games in the world are going to be ones that are easy to pick up and hard to master.
Exactly,
right?
Yeah.
You want to appeal to a different crowd, like completely. I think that's how League of Legends started. I don't know if that's where League of Legends is now, because I think League of Legends is the. I mean, Dota players are gonna give me shit for this. I think League of Legends is the hardest fucking game I've ever played. I suck dick at that game, and I can't grasp it to save my fucking life. That shit is hard as hell. But I feel like when it first came out, it probably appealed to the public a little bit easier, or casuals rather.
Yeah, and it still kind of does. I mean, every MOBA is going to be. That's why MOBAs are so accessible to people. Is because one, it's a team game, so it's instantly accessible, and two, like the base kind of like casting spells and everything isn't really that hard. You know, Dota and Heroes of the Storm and Legal are all the exact same way as in Heroes of New Earth. I guess I don't know if I can say it's a Smite, right? Is that these games are accessible because one, they're team games. You can always diffuse responsibility. You don't have to feel like you personally lost anything. It's not as scary as a 1v1 game. And then two, because like just kind of controlling the heroes or champions or whatever you call them in your respective MOBA, you know, isn't really that difficult. So
yeah, it's like going from a StarCraft to League of Legends has got to be a really pretty simple transition.
For sure.
Instead of controlling a bunch of units, you're controlling one fucking dude, right?
Oh yeah. And it's really funny because even in your chat right now, there's a bunch of fucking idiots that are like, oh no, Dota's really hard. You want to hear some petty fucking shit? Like, you're like, yo, dude, like MOBAs are whatever. And they're like, Dota's not a MOBA. Dota is an ARTS, okay? It's an action real-time strategy. Because they keep trying to compare it to StarCraft. And you're like, dude, this game isn't StarCraft. It's like, really? Because in Dota, if you play Broodmother or Crepo, you have to control multiple characters, and you can even hotkey them. It's like, dude, you're controlling like 5 things. Fuck off. It's not an RTS. You're playing a fucking MOBA, dude. Like, get over it, okay? And the people that always get the maddest about defending the hardness of Dota 2 are literally like fucking 1500 MMR. Like, they're random fucking shitters that would be garbage in any game they play. So it's like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, dude. I mean, when it comes to controlling and macroing and micromanaging, any of that, StarCraft is king, 100%.
Crepo, Keepo. I don't know what the fucking dude's name is. My bad. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Keep going.
Dude, I don't know how StarCraft players do it, bro. When I watch good StarCraft players, they don't like casually move their mouse around. They're teleporting around the map with different hotkeys. Super fucking nutty mode. It's crazy. When I'm watching a StarCraft player, like a pro one, I don't feel like I'm actually watching StarCraft. I'm just watching some crazy fucking insane, just managing like an entire army and building an entire army while fighting another fucking army. It's insane, dude. I don't know how you fuckers do that shit.
I mean, like, it seems that way, but, like, strategically, StarCraft is a pretty shallow game. Compared to the MOBAs, StarCraft is actually very shallow in terms of, like, things that can happen in a game. You know, there's only a very set amount of builds, and, you know, it's a mechanic slugfest. Like, how fast can you do, you know, multiple things? But, like, keep in mind that your appreciation for the game, to some extent, comes from how little you know about it, right? Because, like, you see it and everything looks wildly complicated. So what looks really complicated
that's where the Twitch viewer comes from.
Yeah, sure. But, like, for me, like, if you were to watch me play, you know, CSGO, you know, like, you would be saying things like, dude, like, why is your cursor pointed at the ground all the time? I'd be like, well, I don't know, it just feels comfortable for me. Yeah, like, or I'm, like, throwing fucking flashes over walls, and you're like, dude, you know that's not even going to hit, like, half the site, right? It's like, well, I don't know, dude.
You
It's
do the
like,
same thing to me in StarCraft.
Yeah. So, like, you have, like, a different appreciation for, like, a different set of skills, like, based on what you're comfortable with or what you're familiar with, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
My spray on the AK is like, if you could like trace on the mouse pad, it's like I shoot once and then I pull it all the way down, and then by like the 25th shot in the magazine, you know, if they haven't killed me yet, I'll probably kill them.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Spray pattern is pretty crazy in that game. Like, it does like in the AK, you have to drag down, then drag to the right, then drag to the left, which is fucking weird, honestly. You don't really think about it that much unless you get into a full throttle spray, which is probably what you're doing a lot. What rank are you?
I think I made it to MGE and then I stopped. I'm pretty garbage.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I've seen much worse. I mean, I once played a silver game with a controller and top fragged and shit on these fucking silvers with a fucking controller, which is ridiculous.
Sure.
That should never happen.
Okay.
But yeah.
I have a question, okay? There's only one right answer, so don't get this wrong, because you're the CSGO pro, so if you're wrong here, okay?
Oh, God, okay.
Oh my God, I forgot his name. You'll know who I'm talking about. Was the one dude hacking? The one dude. He was fucking aimbotting. No, the guy. The really popular guy. Oh my God, what the fuck was his name? Why can't I think of it right now? I've watched so many clips of his fucking play. The really popular dude. Who? Chat knows it. Flusha. That's it.
Okay.
Was Flusha aimbotting?
Flusha. Flusha is not aimbot.
Oh my God, you're such a fucking sellout. I thought you were the coolest dude in the world.
I'm sorry.
No fucking way, dude.
I can't sit here and say that got you. Okay, think about it like this, okay? If you're gonna think about it, at least think about it from a human point of view, right?
Okay.
Can this guy, as many times as he's done, go up in front of not only a giant fucking crowd and stadium, but hundreds of thousands of people online, and play and compete against these people that are his real life friends for years and years and years, and cheat them out of hundreds of thousands of dollars multiple times over again?
Hell yeah!
You get the fuck out of here, dude! You can't do that.
So like, this is kind of
not get caught on top of it.
I mean, dude. People are fucking clever, dude. What? Okay, so how do you explain? What's the fucking map with the tree room? And is it cache? Where you go on to I think it's B side, has all the boxes on it and the platform in the back or whatever, and there's heaven, and is that cache?
Are we talking about cache? Yeah, I think we're talking about cache. B bomb site where you go in, there's a tree right at the back, and you go in, the bomb site's on your right. Yeah.
Okay. So how do you explain Flusha's shot there, where he goes through the entrance when he's running that beam bomb site? He flicks to the left and tries to headshot the dude like 10 screens away, and he's like aiming at nothing, and then the guy walks through and just kills him for it.
I'll see the clip.
Oh,
send me that clip.
Man,
find the clip, and I can break it down.
Oh, you know what, dude? You know what? Cache Flusha hack. We're gonna watch it right now.
Let's do it.
Somebody find me this original fucking clip. Oh God! All I'm finding now are cheat montages.
There's so many clips of Flusha, dude. I think Squishy already fucking found it.
Who did? Where is it? Throw it to me on Twitter DM, and I'll tell you if it's what I'm talking about.
So that's been rotated off now for Fanatics.
Oh shit! I got a 51-second clip right here.
Okay, this one's 10 seconds, so it can't be it.
Oh
no, this is a minute 10.
A minute 10. Hold on, let me.
Flusha conspiracy theory 251K0.
Oh, hold on. Let me find a less cancerous one. Here you go. One that's just not with any of the fucking web step shit. All right, I sent you that. Okay.
Okay.
So that's been rotated off now for Fanatics. So if MBK goes to events, he might actually have an opening to try and exploit here towards the B site. But Envious, they bring the bomb into.
Okay, wait. Have you started watching it? Oh shit.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Here. Let me know when you got it loaded. We'll start it at the same time. We'll experience it together.
I'm ready
okay?
to go right now.
All
I'm
right.
ready to go right now.
3, 2, 1, go.
So that's been rotated off now for Fnatic. So if MBK goes to vent, he might actually have an opening to try and exploit here towards the B site. But Envious, they bring the bomb into mid. They have 3 players here now. They can go either way with this play. It comes down to where they run into the opposition. And Olofmeister's there to take out MBK. But it looks like this isn't going to change Envious's mind. They can commit to this B site.
Yeah, this almost could be here. A third one could rotate into upper really quick. Olof going to be charging through the edge of the smoke. He sees them, but it's flashed again. And they both go down to Apex. The headshots from the exit. Bomb is going to be going down all the way in the back corner. Great open bomb plant. Very hard to defuse back there. Kiyoshima pushing right against GW.
Mate. 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 What is he even looking at there?
Good.
Let me look at it again.
Kiyoshima pushing right against GW, and that's going to leave Chris.
I love the wiggle at the end. Maybe he picked his mouse up really hard there, dude.
Dude, I do not have the answer to why he would even fucking shoot that spot.
So the reason why this one is really bad is because I think a guy that makes aim hacks said that there's a glitch on cache. There's a glitch on this level in that exact spot where if you run through it, you can pull a bad aim lock that will hit somebody that you're not supposed to, like in that exact spot. If somebody has that video, they can find it. They can find it where he breaks down that it literally happens right there. And like generally, like because I used to play StarCraft professionally, like I'll try to look at things as a professional would, right? So I imagine when you're looking at clips like this, you're thinking like, is somebody's cursor naturally going to be pre-firing there? Are you naturally like pre-firing these spots? Is this where your cursor should be anyway, right? But like in this kind of a scenario, and I'm not a pro CSGO player, so you can tell me like, are you ever honestly like peeking that specific box and shooting coming into that? Like,
Okay, there's 2 reasons why I think he would ever shoot that box.
Okay.
2, for some fucking reason, he thought he saw a head on the other side of that box. Right?
Okay.
And he fucking shoots at it. Because behind a box, like, that's the corner spot, right? He shoots right at the corner. The only other fucking reason is maybe he's moving his mouse to check the left box so you can get on top of that box, accidentally hits his keyboard.
Oh, no. Okay.
I have no fucking idea what he would shoot that box for. Because, okay, the first thing is he might see okay, if there wasn't a small box right next to that big box, that play is justifiable to him pre-firing a corner spot, maybe him thinking he saw something in his peripheral vision and shooting at that fucking headshot angle at that box. But because that small box is there is no headshot angle at that fucking box.
Yeah.
Maybe if there's a guy crouching there, he could shoot at it.
I don't like in pro. Do people really camp these? Is this really a spot where you expect to see something like the thing that
Yes.
like the thing?
I mean,
that's...
if they kill your B player is quick, their B players. Because if I'm right, they fragged 2 of their players to B. Let me go back and look. Hold on.
Sure.
How many frags they get at B?
Why is he not like pre-firing?
The entry gets 1, he gets 2. So he gets 2 entries. The first thing that can happen is as soon as you get 2 entries at B is to take control of tree room because then you have a crazy good advantage, right? Or catching somebody off guard. But I mean, like and he goes up into heaven. So yeah, I mean, very easily he could have been pushed from tree room. So he was expecting somebody to be there.
Why
sure.
not like why not have the spot pre-aim coming in rather than try to flick shot at them?
See, I'm not 100% sure what the fuck's going through his brain there because I turn this corner. The first thing that I'd look at is as soon as I'm done holding the first angle where someone can walk through is I immediately whip my mouse to the left and look at the top of that left box because that's the common spot, the top of that left box. That is a super... I don't know what the fuck happens there.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to check it and accidentally clicks his mouse or something weird happens. Like he's going to check it and... Dude, I couldn't tell you. That's fucking... It's sketchy looking, but I could tell you, I just don't think he cheats. I just from a human perspective, I don't think anybody's capable of doing that. Maybe not anybody. I just don't think that he's capable of doing that.
Okay. What about the...
Not getting caught as long as he... as he went.
What about the 8th shot headshot on Inferno when he's dueling the other dude?
The 8th shot headshot. Give me the link. Link me.
How has your stream not grilled the fight? Dude, we talked about these for like a week, and I don't know anything about CSGO.
Okay, 1, being a streamer in the Counter-Strike section,
Somebody
I have
link
to
me
be
this.
pretty careful about my opinions when it comes to other Counter-Strike players.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit. I play
I'm not
games
gonna be.
with
I'm
Steel
definitely not
sometimes.
going to be the first guy to call someone on their bullshit and their cheats. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Oh, yeah, because you don't want to be wrong on that because you're going to be... Does it bother you that
me
I play
being
games
in
with
the
steel
community-
sometimes? Is that like a big deal to you?
No, why would it be?
Oh, I don't know if you fucking hate him or something.
Nah, Steel's my boy. I like that guy.
Oh, you like him? Oh, he's good at games, but I don't know if
Super
I go
cool
as
guy.
far as.
I like him.
No, I'm just fucking with you. No, he's a cool dude. I actually really like him.
yeah.
He's a really, really cool dude.
Yeah, he's super chill. In real life, he's a super nice guy.
Yeah.
It's funny, the same thing about Mo. I don't know about Mo. A lot of people have this hugely negative opinion about Mo, and they say he's an asshole, but in real life, dude, he's a super fucking cool guy.
Gosh, I don't know anything about him, so I can't speak for him.
Gotcha.
Oh, did somebody link? Okay, so the theory here, or the meme here was that apparently there is an aimbot where what it does is, because the hacks in this game are really sophisticated, right? You know that, right? You heard about like the driver-loaded hacks and everything, like the map
Yeah, I've
loading.
heard about like not even like hard like fucking locks, like soft locks.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
They don't even use it to aimbot. They'll use it just to find out where people are.
Yep.
You know, that kind of stuff.
Or it'll be where like you're spamming a magazine and it'll be the 8th shot that will be the headshot. It won't do it right away, but if you're sitting there spraying, the 8th one will always hit. Like crazy shit like that. People were saying that he was using one of those here. So this is like some next level fucking like god tier aiming. Let me know when you're ready, okay?
Hold on.
Is this the correct clip, guys?
Yeah, okay, I know what clip this is. He swings by, headshots one guy, the guy behind him gets fat headshotted too, or as he's whipping it across. Or something.
Yeah. Okay, this
pretty
isn't the
nutty.
right clip. Whoever linked this, fucking end yourself, right? I'm sorry. Can somebody give me the right clip?
Hold on, is this the right clip? This is the right clip.
Is it? Well, but it like. Okay, yeah,
That's
no,
right,
oh no, the first 6 seconds are there's a better one where it's like slow down or whatever, but like yeah, like that shit when he's like when he's tracking a dude in front of him and he like swings his mouse around to quickly get that fucking auto headshot and then brings it back, like holy shit, I don't know. That was one of those things where it's like
That looks so fucking crazy. Like when you're watching it full speed, like he like almost whips to that left guy's head, like just
Yeah.
the slightest tiniest bit.
And this is one of those others, like, I don't like to look at the ones where it's just, like, a really crazy headshot through the smoke or a place where they should be pre-firing anyway. It's more like, because when I'm looking for hacks, right, as somebody that used to be good at video games, what I'm looking for is a behavior that can't really be explained by conventional pro play, right? So, like, I figure that, like, in most FPSs, and I've heard this said as much, that, like, if you're tracking a player, you're never going to the background to change shots and then going back to the guy in the foreground that you're tracking. Like, that's just not, like, a behavior that you would expect any player to exhibit, right? That's, like, very, very impossible to do, you know? So, like, the fact that he, like, whips over to nail the headshot and then comes back to the dude that's right in front of him, like, that's some crazy shit, in my opinion.
mean, dude, it could be classified as just completely and utterly random. I'm just gonna go throw that.
It
Come
could.
on.
It could. No, it could.
That is the tiniest, like, adjustment on crosshair.
Sure.
It's so tiny and so
Yeah.
fast for that fucking matter.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It happens so fast that it could be classified as completely random.
It could be.
But it could also be classified as that's not human reactions. You know, what I
Yeah.
mean? You can't do that. You know
I
what
think
I'm saying?
one of the things that convinced me the most too was that, like, I remember that, and I've even seen your people in chat say it, where people say things like, dude, like, everybody, if you're a pro player, inevitably this stuff will be clipped for you. Like, it happens to everybody. Well, people made like $100 plus challenges on the CSGO subreddit where they're like, can you do this with any other pro player? And nobody could come close to producing the number of clips, or even like even a few really good ones like you can with Flusha. But I'm not asking you to like
Yeah,
give me like a
okay.
conclusive thing, but yeah, I don't know. It's
I
just like
gotcha.
some.
I mean, out of all the players in Counter Strike, he's definitely among one of the sketchiest, right? Like, or like it has the
Okay.
most clips out there that are fucking the scariest looking, right?
Got it. Summit
The guy has
confirmed.
hit-
Flusha sketchy. Okay.
The guy has hit some miraculous fucking shots.
Sure. Oh,
Miraculous.
do you know anything about like weightlifting or whatever, or like athletics?
What
In
like
general?
what specifically?
Yeah, well, like, so, like, when you talk about, like, steroids, this is how I view cheating in CSGO, too, because a lot of people view cheating, like, in a really flawed light, right? It's
Are
the
we
same
getting
thing.
like Adderall into this or what?
Not necessarily Adderall, but, like, in weightlifting or in athletic competitions, like, people that cheat, it's not like you take, like, random shitters that start cheating and then they become the best, right? It's people that are at the fucking literal top that cheat just to put them a little bit more over the edge, you know?
Get a
When
little
you're
more edge.
Yeah. So when you're talking about pro players, like, this is a mistake that people make a lot, right? So, like, no matter what you want to say about Flusha is a really fucking good player. Whether he cheats or not, he's god tier, right, at the game. The question is just, like, does he do that little bit of extra to push him over? Like in so many sporting events where you have people that are really strong, really fast, really athletic, but then they take that extra step over to kind of put them onto that highest level, you know?
I mean, the best cheaters are always gonna be the ones that are already good at the game, right? The
Oh,
ones
of
that
course,
are
yeah.
shitting at the game, you can take every other. If this guy's hitting every single shot, and then he doesn't know how to bunny hop to save his life, he's cheating, right?
Mm-hmm.
If this guy is taking op shots but not moving his crosshair, and he's just taking straight on shots, and he's not like whipping, he's obviously wall hacking and waiting for someone to walk into his crosshair, right? So there's all these little things that you can look for with like really bad players that make them super easy to spot out.
Yeah.
But with the good players,
You're never gonna.
if you're really good and on top of it, you've been cheating. You can hide it and never get caught, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I noticed that even when I was shitty playing CSGO, like, it was really easy to pick out aimbotters. Like, you know, like, some dude drops, like, a 40 bomber, like, 45 kill in a game, and, like, you look at the replay, and he's, like, his movements are, like, pretty perfect. He's on every site where he's supposed to. Like, his crosshair's always good, and it's like, all right, whatever, got me. Yeah, but then you've got, like, the guy that drops, like, the 40 bomb, and you watch the replay, and he's, like, just running it down mid, and, like, flick shot. It's like, okay, like, this dude's fucking hacking. Like, or the guy that just, like, stares into the wall for the first 10 seconds before deciding what fucking site to go to. It's like, oh, okay, this dude's hacking. Yeah,
you can usually tell if someone's cheating based off their movement alone.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. It was the same in StarCraft. People that were cheating were very, very, very obvious because they were usually shit and trying to like make up for it with hacks, but that's not how it works.
Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, I mean, do I think he cheats? Nah, but does he have some sketchy clips? Fuck yeah. He has some sketchy clips.
How's the
They're always fun to look
GTR?
at.
Was it worth it?
Was it worth it? That's the question. Car gets me from point A to point B. Could have done it for, 150,000 less.
Okay, we don't get a GTR to go from point A to point B. Is it fun as fuck to drive? Do you enjoy it?
It's super fun to drive. I'm not gonna lie. It's super fucking fun to drive. It's a good time.
All right, yeah.
Very rarely is anybody on the road that can keep up with it. You know what I mean?
Cool.
And you get hit up a lot. It's almost like sometimes I don't want to get hit up, so I need to fucking get a different everyday driver, to be honest. But because when you're lazy, you know what I mean? You don't feel like fucking, if someone waves you by, like they want you to see them speed past them, and you're just like, I'm like one of those drivers who's very, I'm very like in the mood type of driver. Like if I'm fucking tired as shit, I'm going 60, dude. I'm chilling, but if I'm like pumped and I'm listening to music, I'll be going 120, So like sometimes I'll go out to the grocery store and I don't feel like fucking entertaining the dipshit that's next to me, revving his engine and stuff like that, So
Do you get a lot of people at lights that want to like race you and shit?
I get, what's funny? I get that mostly when I leave the movies at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
so I
all
go
the
to the
guys that
movies
are
like
trying to
sometimes.
show off and shit.
And yeah, so the car is obviously really, really noticeable when it's the only fucking car on the road, right? So then I'll get lots of people just fucking like wanting to race and stuff like that on the freeway and stuff at late at night. So yeah.
Do you ever do like IRL streams, driving in your car and shit?
No.
Oh,
no.
what the fuck, dude? Why not?
I just don't know.
And we can all live the GTR dream through you, dude. We can live vicariously through your $100,000+ car. Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, was it worth it? Probably not. If I can go back in time, I don't know if I'd do it, But does it like really super affect me that I have to pay that on a month-to-month basis? Not really. Like I get by just fine, but I just think about all that money I could be saving,
Sure.
Just think about all that money. It's gone. But yeah, what car you drive?
Dude, I thought about getting something more expensive, but I'm really anal with my money. I don't like to spend my money on fucking anything. I just recently, it took me a long time to figure out what I was going to get, but I ended up getting a Focus RS. So I stay in that under the $50,000 mark. It's good for its class, but it's not a fucking GTR or anything.
Oh, I mean, I understand that.
Yeah.
But point A to point B, man.
Especially living in like in Colorado, the land is pretty cheap, right?
That's why I moved here.
So like it's hard for me to justify like if I were to buy like a GTR, I'm buying a car that's literally like almost the cost of my house. Like that's really hard.
That's what someone told me one time. I went to the dealership. He's like, "You realize you're driving a house around?" I'm just like, it's kind of weird.
I'm also not sure how much I could enjoy it because that would be something. And even in my little fucking, because this car is only $40,000. Even in this car, like I'm like actually kind of scared to crash now. Like I really don't want to fuck it up, Whereas like in my old car, it was like 9-10 years old. It's like shit happens. It's whatever. It's a few $1,000 car, but like I can't like driving around like $100,000 car. Like whew, damn, dude, that's like it's an accident I wouldn't want to be a part of.
If I crash it, yeah. I mean, but the good thing I see about it is I'm hoping to have it for a long time because I've had it for almost 2 years and it's only got like 12,000 miles on it. So I'm hoping that it's just going to last me a long time just because I'm a streamer. I don't fucking leave my house very often.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm hoping that like it's a collector car. I'll collect it. And just move
Hopefully
on
you
from
got
it,
good
but-
equity in it still in a few years from now. You can sell it for something.
Exactly. So,
Okay, here's a question. I think I already know the answer to it based on what you said earlier. When you were doing conventional work, did you get a lot of speeding tickets?
No.
You didn't at all? Oh, okay. And you go 120
One ticket ever. I'm okay. When I say I go 120, I make damn sure you can't really make damn sure, right? But I mean, I guess I just fucking hope and pray no cops are there. But it's not like I go 120 all the fucking time. You know what I mean? Oh, my song came on. Time to go 120. You know what I mean? The reason I say 120 and not more, Chad, is because you go too much over the speed limit. You're fucking going to jail, man, and your car's getting impounded.
Yeah,
that's no fun.
I'm pretty sure it's like
So
in a lot of states, it's like 25 over or something is like an instant like trip to the fucking.
That's the last thing I want.
That's a good drama stream, dude. Just one tweet from inside a jail cell. You're gonna get 1,000 fucking engagements on that.
There you go.
And then
that's why
what you would do
you
is
get hit up at 1 o'clock in the morning, dude. Cars know that there's no cops out. It's time to go fast. Let's hit this GTR up. You know what I mean?
that would be a sick tweet to leave people to speculate on too. Like,
yeah. One time I had these two girls driving this clearly worked on Mustang. And I thought it was just it had to have been like some chicks driving like their boyfriend's car or something like that.
Sure.
And they just kept staying side by side with me, and I kept going really, really fast. Like, are you fucking, please leave me alone. You know what I mean? And I was in a relationship at that point, so I'm not trying to hit up some random girls in a fucking Mustang. They're rolling their windows down and shit, and I'm thinking like, hey, what the fuck is going on? I thought I was in a different world that night. I couldn't believe what was happening. Super fucking weird.
That had to have been tricked out as fuck to keep up with the GTR, right?
I mean, it's not like I'm going 190, you know? It's not.
Sure. Or, I mean, do you mean like keeping up like at stoplights, like from launch to launch? Or
No, like just freeway. I'm not going to go fucking 150, 190. I mean, it
I know how
keep
crazy
up with
you are.
It wouldn't keep up with the GTR at full on, but I mean, of course it's going to keep up with it on the freeway.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
At least I don't think so. Like I said, it looked like it was worked on. So who fucking knows?
Are you saying that girls can't have cars? You saying that girls can't have nice cars that have had work done to them because they're a girl? Ooh, okay.
I'm saying girls wouldn't be driving Mustangs if they're in the cars.
Why do you say
that?
Would they all be driving Miatas, you sexist fuck? You just lost all that Booby streamer cred, dude. They're already like in their Skype group about to fucking destroy you.
Oh, man. I hear you, though. I've only ever raced one car from a stoplight. It was an old man, and his car was the fastest car I've ever seen get off the line in my life. It was, but take in mind, I didn't launch my GTR either. I was just doing the normal start basically. So my starts were a lot slower than his, and then I would catch back up to him. And he said that I was the only person that's he's ever raced in Colorado Springs that's ever been able to keep up.
Oh, and he's an old man, so he's raced a lot of people, dude.
I didn't want to break his heart and be like, yeah, if I launch my car, you got shit on. But
when you say, like, launch your car, what do you mean by that? Like,
well, I mean, if you launch your car, it's like, it's just like you would launch like a manual car, right?
You mean like clutch down, gas down, let go, like slam it?
Yeah, exactly. And you let it slam into the gear, basically.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know exactly how fucking launching works, but it's like a feature in a car. Like on a manual car, you have to do it yourself, right? But on a like technically a dual clutch car, it's like a feature within the car, right? I have to have these certain switches.
Oh, GTR has launch
mode. Yeah, and then I push my brake all the way in, and then after my brake is all the way pushed in. I push the accelerator all the way in, and then I let go of the brake, and it just it flies, basically. Launch control.
Gotcha.
So it just makes it's night and day. Like, it's like a fucking rocket ship. It's stupid. It's actually kind of scary, to be completely honest. The reason I didn't launch it is because the first stoplight, I didn't even know we were racing. He just took off. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to take off too, right? And then the second one, I was like, I'm going to launch this, but the light was like on a corner with like one of those middle dividers, and I was like, I am not launching around a corner middle divider. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'll be able to control it well enough. You know what I mean? That fast.
Yeah.
So I didn't launch it again. But if we were on a straight, oh my god, I wish we were on a straight. It would have been so much more fun.
when I was in I went to Seattle for a while and I got to rent a Corvette, which is probably the fastest thing I've ever drove. But like the entire time I was driving it, I kept being worried that I was going to be in one of those fucking videos where you try to gas it around a corner or some shit and you lose control and just fucking fly off the road.
You go like on the other side of the fucking.
Yeah, that's always like my number one fear. Like I don't ever want to be in a fucking video like that. Like I would have to I would only do that if I had my gun with me so I could end my life immediately, like coming around that corner. Like there is no fucking way I would ever want my pictures all over the internet. Like, oh god.
Yeah, there's fucking straight up montages of people like that on YouTube.
Yeah, most of them drive Mustangs.
Yeah, it's like a guy trying to like tail whip around a corner at a light, and he ends up being like in the fucking head deep into another group of cars that are trying to go the opposite direction at a stoplight.
Yeah,
the good stuff, man. The good stuff.
Or the people, the worst ones are probably the ones, it's not even a corner, they just crash on nothing. They just like floor it and they kind of like, they lose control because of all the wheel power and they just kind of start to spin out. Like, then they're not even like turning and they're just like, oh shit, dude.
Yeah, I guess that's a good thing about the GTR is that I can't get those tires to spin to save my life, basically.
Oh, dude. I used to drive,
it's really hard.
Yeah. I like compacts because they're small and usually feel efficient, and I feel like a little bit more economically, whatever. But I've always had like a forward-wheel drive car in my life. Is the GTR all-wheel drive or just really good rear-wheel drive?
It's all-wheel.
Is it? Yeah. The Focus RS is an all-wheel drive, and that like when you floor it and like all that power goes right to the fucking road, and you don't hear any squealing. Like that's nothing. Yeah, it's funny when you see. It's funny when you look up like drag races with like GTRs and stuff like that. It'll be going up against a rear-wheel drive, and the GTR will just roll up ready to go, and the rear-wheel drive's got to like spin his tires. Get his tires all sticky, you know what I mean? So that he can start a little bit quicker. Yeah. But yeah, nah, GTR is just, I've never had the only time I've had my tires spin was it was really, really cold out. Sure.
And
and the rubber gets,
yeah, that's going to happen no matter what, right? But yeah, even around corners and stuff like that, even getting like the slightest like little bit of oversteer out of it, it's like, unless you're fucking, race car driving that shit around a fucking corner, like it's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It sticks to the fucking floor, crazy mode, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it sounds to me, without knowing who you are too much, more than I've talked to you, it sounds like it was worth it to buy it. It sounds like pretty easily worth it, I think. It sounds like you have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun every time I take it out. So, I'm cool with it. I feel awesome, when I go out.
Yeah. That's always cool. You have people. I noticed that even in the Corvette, things I never really thought about before. That like you go into like a restaurant and you hear someone talking like, "Oh shit, do you see that in the parking lot or whatever?" And people like ask you about it. Like, yeah, that's always like a pretty big dick feeling, right?
Yeah, of course.
You probably
I've walked out from the movies. I've like come out from the movies, and I'll be like talking with my friend after a movie outside. Just my car's just like I'm not standing next to it, but I'm like down a little bit down from it, and people will stop and take pictures and like look around at it and be talking to their friends about it and like that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, pretty cool. Then you have people take videos of you and stuff like that while you're on the road and pictures and shit.
Damn, dude. Yeah, so even when you're not streaming, you're part of like somebody else's video content, dude.
Oh gosh, like I said, Colorado, I don't get recognized that often. But when you go to an event, dude, like TwitchCon, you went to TwitchCon, right? Have you gone to one yet?
Yeah.
Dude, it's like your Celebrityville. Like you feel like a celebrity.
Fuck
100%. Like everybody, like you're there for like I'm there. I don't know how to describe everybody else, but when I go there, like me and Lyric, we had to go do something for Twitch. Went to the Twitch offices and came back, and we were both talking to each other like, "Yo, man, when we get back, we should go check out this booth." And we're like, "Yeah, cool." And we, I don't even know what I just said. They're totally cool. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. And we walk in, and immediately as soon as we walk into the doors, I'm bombarded for like an hour and a half. He's bombarded for like an hour and a half. By the time it was all said and done, I don't even know where the fuck he went at that point, and we couldn't hang out.
Yeah, I used to know what that felt like back in the early MLGs when StarCraft was really popular. It was the same way. It's really flattering the first few times, but after a while, like you have to be careful because when you're walking around, like if you can't stop to sign or do anything because if you stop, you're gonna be stopped for like an hour, right? Because people will start to line up. Yeah. I remember back when I was famous playing StarCraft, I used to have those problems, but
yeah.
Now I walk up to all the people that used to be my fan. Like Dyra's like, "Oh, I used to love your show." Or Lyric like, "Oh yeah, Destiny's really cool." And then they'll have 10 times the fucking viewers, dude. Right? No, it's all I do find
StarCraft, man, StarCraft, dude. I really feel like one of the reasons StarCraft and now, in my opinion, Counter-Strike is kind of like, it's not on StarCraft's level of fail, but
damn, that's pretty hard to get down to.
Sorry about that. I think Counter-Strike is definitely
on the decline.
Okay, gosh, man. I don't want to say decline because it does good when a certain tournament comes around, but I do feel like it oversaturates the shit out of content on streaming websites such as YouTube and Twitch, and it makes big tournaments. There's way too many tournaments, and two, there's way too many tournament streams to the point where you're watching the same fucking teams play each other 4 or 5 times throughout the week that it gets fucking boring as shit. And all of a sudden, this major comes around, and you're just thinking, like, dude, I've already seen these guys play each other 100 fucking times. Like, it's not as hype as it would be. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you think oversaturation is a thing?
It can be. That happened at one point in the StarCraft thing, where it's like, if you turn on Twitch at any point in time, there's like 3 different tourney streams, and if there's not 3 different tourney streams, there's like replay streams of all those streams like constantly going on. And like, I know that all the streamers used to complain because it's like, dude, like we can never fucking stream because there's always a fucking tournament going on, and that shit used to happen all the time, and it wasn't always like the best quality content either. Not to burn anybody, but. Yeah.
Oh, dude, ESL streams in fucking 17 different languages and shit on their fucking on Twitch. Oh, goodness gracious, it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking like you see the same teams play each other so often that it just got stale.
Yeah.
And I feel like it hurt the. Okay, I'm not gonna say it hurt Counter-Strike itself in the long run, but it definitely hurt it for individual content creators in the long run because Counter-Strike is fucking boring to watch now. It's insane. Actually, it's funny. I've actually regressed in the Counter-Strike section from like a year and a half, 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
What made it? Why is it boring to watch now, but it wasn't before?
I think just tournaments and people have seen everything. There's nothing to see in Counter-Strike now. You've seen everything.
Gotcha.
What more is there? You're gonna watch a tournament, or you're gonna watch some fucking casual player play a matchmaking match.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
This is why it sounds really toxic to say, but like this is why the fucking drama is so good, dude. Dude, how many people were watching tourney streams and Reddit threads and everything when what was the map with like that crazy fucking 4-man boost or whatever?
Was this in CS:GO days?
Yeah, this was CS:GO. The team that abused this exploit.
That's
it might have
right,
been Flusha's team.
Olofmeister.
Yeah, was it where they literally paid the guy to take the video off of YouTube that showed this exploit? On Overpass?
I don't know if they paid him. I'm not sure.
They might not have, but they request. Oh yeah, they might not have paid him, but like they requested him to like take it down.
They call it Olofpass, and they call him Boostmeister.
Oh shit.
He used some boost that nobody had seen, and it was considered pixel boosting, where his feet weren't even technically on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
And this poor other team, I think, won the half. I want to say they won the half 13-2.
Yeah.
And then they got on the other side and got fucking destroyed by this boost.
Yeah.
Annihilated by this boost. And then they won, and then they got so much shit for it, they decided to step down in that tournament.
Yep. Dude, you had people from like fucking every game community alive coming into that community to like give their opinions and everything on shit that had happened.
It was insane, dude. It was insane.
That kind of shit's exciting, dude.
Fuck yeah, it is. I love when that shit happens. It's fucking amazing. Drama in general, dude, it pays. You know, like you'll pay to see drama.
Oh yeah, it's exciting shit, dude. Everybody shit talks it.
Twitter.
Everybody talks about
when
how
I see people getting crazy on Twitter. I love it.
Sure.
Especially, I like Thorin. Thorin will get into it with some fucking pro Counter-Strike players sometimes, and I'll just sit back and be like, I hope more of this shit happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's great. You get into it every fucking day.
Yeah, but mine's always like political shit, so it's not as exciting.
I don't step anywhere near those, but I'll watch them. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Did you were you following was it Loda and Richard Lewis when he got into the choke off?
Is that when he choked him? Yeah. Okay.
Did you see the pictures that he posted afterwards?
I never saw any of what happened. Wait, there was pictures that got posted about it?
So, was it Loda that this happened to? I don't want to, like, quote the line.
It was a Dota player.
Yeah, was it Loda? He posted pictures, and he's like, this is what happened to me, by the way. And it was like, dude, it was like the gentlest little love bite that you've ever seen, where I guess he was trying to make it look, like, really bad, but it was like this itty-bitty little red scuff on his neck. Like, this is where Richard Lewis tried to choke me. It was like, oh,
no
shit, dude.
Way.
If
Richard Lewis, like, he goes to choke him, accidentally grazes his neck with like his arm hair or something like that, creates a little red mark. That's where he tried to choke me at.
Yeah, I mean, I try to give him a little bit of like leeway because I know he's Swedish and Swedish people are pretty special or whatever. But like, oh my god, dude, like it was the kind of thing where like maybe because we're American, not to like jerk our country, but like if you were to try to like tell somebody like, oh look how hurt I got, and you were to show them this, they would like laugh at you. Somebody's got to have a picture of this. Like this little itty bitty tiny red mark on his neck was like the funniest fucking thing in the world. Holy shit.
Shit. Shit, man. Shit. Yeah, lots of stuff happened. Lots of stuff. I remember my life was almost over when I ran into that Molotov. Dude, I've never been so like. Okay, you want to know the worst part of that tournament is
when people bring it up every other day for the rest of your
I ran into this Molotov, and immediately, as soon as those matches were over, I had a crowd of people wanting to take pictures. I'd never been so sad in my life and trying to be happy for these people that were saying hi to me and wanting to take pictures of me. And there was already people walking up with Molotovs on their shirt. Bro, I'm talking like, it's been an hour. You know what I mean? Because I had to play one more map after that. It's been a fucking hour, and those people already have signs made up that like I was here for the Molotov. You know what I mean? And,
oh God!
It was the hardest thing to do ever. And then I remember I was still supposed to be at that event, and I remember telling Desiree like, make a flight, fucking book a flight. I am not going back to that fucking event.
Oh shit! I used to do that in StarCraft. Whenever I went to compete at like any event, if I lost, dude, I packed my shit up and I fucking walked right the fuck out. I would have stopped to talk to anybody. Dude, I get really mad when I lose games. Like I hate it. Yeah. It's a bad fucking feeling. That's like the one thing I don't miss about being like really competitive is I don't really get as mad when I lose games. Like back at like those MLGs, you're like, yeah, if I left a game, I was out of there like in 2 minutes. Like I wasn't standing to talk to anybody. Like I just needed to go and fucking seed somewhere.
I hear you, man. Oh God.
That was like that moment, that Molly thing. That's like your missed lethal to like Wreckful's shit. If you follow any Hearthstone,
yeah. That's my missed lethal. 100%.
Did you catch This might
if
be.
I can go back in time and change one time in my entire fucking life, Destiny, it would be the Molotov. People think I did it on purpose. People think like I wasn't anywhere in the streaming world until I Molotov myself, and then pop, I'm all of a sudden like some fucking 15K streamer. You know what I mean? Like, you did it on purpose, Summit. You fucking got hella popular off that shit. Like, come on, dude. It was the most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my life. My most ashamed moment ever. You know what I mean? I will not tell my kids about Molotov moment ever.
It's gonna be a no talk at the fucking dinner table.
Talk. You don't
That's gonna be the dark secret they find out.
Yeah, his kid, people at school are gonna be making fun of their dad. You know what I mean? For one of the Molotov, like that kind of shit. Like that's gonna be there. It's gonna be a thing.
Dad, they showed me a clip of you playing CS:GO, and I just want to say, what the fuck were you thinking, Dad? What was wrong with you? What happened?
He's gonna get into a fight at school. He's gonna win his fight, and that kid's gonna be on the ground bleeding and be like, "Whatever, dude. Your fucking dad sucks. He ran into his own Molotov, and fight got won by the kid on the ground." You know what I mean? Like I'm talking like for the longest time, I couldn't talk shit on anybody.
Yeah.
Because the immediate comeback is Molotov, no matter what. It's the worst feeling, dude. It's the worst feeling. Then people try to kill me with like, and then I went to this one thing, right? This fun movie's coming out. This Western, so they get us in there to play Counter-Strike on some Western map, and I'm having the worst Counter-Strike day of my fucking life. And they have these stipulations on these rounds. And one of the stipulations is Molotov-only rounds. And, of course, sure as shit, the other team is beelining straight at me with these fucking Molotovs. And, of course, I fucking died to a Molotov. And, dude.
That's got to be like the worst. You ever watch Game of Thrones?
You ever watch what? Game of Thrones?
You watch Game of Thrones?
Okay, like, I've seen 2 seasons.
Oh, you're like the living embodiment of the Hound. The Hound is this really great character, really strong guy, can beat up fucking anybody, but he's got a huge PTSD of fire. If you show him fire, he turns into a baby. I feel like, do you ever play, like, you're playing CSGO games and you see some dude, like, whip out a molly and you, like, turn around, you're like, dude, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, I can't even take one iota of damage from this fucking molly or I'm gonna be or my chat's gonna explode. I don't even want to fucking hear it. Like,
okay. It's not like that. It's more of like when I'm watching a professional match. As soon as someone pulls out a Molotov, I'm like hoping that nobody takes even a single tick of damage, so I don't have to see this fucking chat blow up with 1Gs.
Yeah.
Like something like that. So, I mean, it got to a point where it started. If you died to a Molotov, you die to your own Molotov 1Gs, right? Then, if you die to a Molotov at all, 1Gs. Then, if you fucking step foot in a fire for a half a second, 1Gs. It transitioned. It's everywhere now, dude.
Holy shit, dude. That's fucked up, man. I'm waiting for the fucking dude. You're transcendent. You'll be so popular. One day you're gonna be on fucking like you're gonna be in some fucked up mood, looking up some crazy ass shit on Live Leaks or some shit, and some Buddhist monk is gonna be setting himself on fire, and you're gonna see fucking 1Gs in the fucking comment section.
Yeah,
That's when you know you've
man.
made it, dude.
Dude, it's crazy to think about. I don't even think like mentally I can go back and deal with it. Because how you deal with it is you jump in front of it, right? You make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
You roll with the punches.
Oh, yeah, you have to.
Gifs.
You can't show any weakness online.
You retweet the gifs, right? Haha, yeah, dude, that's such a funny gift.
But it's killing you inside.
On the inside, you're dying. Yeah. On the inside, you're fucking dying.
Oh, shit.
I remember the first person to message me was a pro Counter-Strike player named Faflaren. And he told me, he was just like, immediately after it happened, DMs me on Twitter and was just like, look, you just got to get in front of this thing. And you have to kind of make fun of yourself about it and joke about it with people. And I was like, all right, man, I guess I'll do that. And, it worked to an extent,
Sure. It's not like there's anything else you can do, so, yeah.
Yeah. Shit, dude. The good times of Twitch careers.
Oh, early you asked, I don't know if you noticed this, how early you got into it. You asked, like, what, I think you mentioned something about, like, what's, like, some of the big things that have changed while streaming. Were you alive back in the days when you could make, like, a living off of ad revenue? When ad revenue was fucking insane?
No, I wasn't on Twitch then.
Oh, okay.
My Twitch ad revenue experience has always been the worst, as in, like, it was awful. Like, I don't make money. Well, I mean, I do nowadays, right? But
yeah.
Back then, like I said, like you said, you got like your first paycheck was like $200 or something like that, or like you were getting $200 paychecks. So, like I said, I'm not kidding when I said like I was making like $10-15.
Yeah, the back in the day, so like the 2011 era, you could make like with 5,000 concurrent viewers, you could bank anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 a month just running ads. It was insane.
League of Legends streamers killed it.
Yeah, it was
they were
like
making a shit ton.
It was insane. Yeah,
Twitch, how do I get that back?
Well, I think that internet advertising everywhere has taken a big fall from those guys. Like YouTube isn't. YouTube isn't exempt
the
from
only
that.
One's taking the hit.
What?
Are you thinking like? See, that's like one of the worries too about like I have on Twitch is that one day it'll do the YouTube thing. Like YouTube took a huge hit.
Oh no, I think that
Are we talking about two different things?
No, I was just talking about ad revenue you're making. Right?
Okay. I thought we were talking about like what happened recently on YouTube, where basically YouTubers are like kind of on the struggle right now.
Well, we're insulated from that largely because we get our money largely directly from our fan base, right? This is one of the nice. Or sorry, go on.
No, go on. But my thing was going to be like sections like IRL section can basically ruin Twitch in general and fuck us. You know what I'm saying? As in like if some legal shit happens. I mean, think about like an IRL section if somebody dies on stream.
Oh yeah.
Like, you think
for me personally, like I believe
Twitch has that covered.
I think that the IRL section on Twitch, I think it's going to be there until one of those events happen, and I think Twitch is just waiting for that to shut it down. I don't think that's going to be around for much longer because, like, I love Twitch, but I don't think Twitch is big enough to sustain like Facebook levels of debauchery on that platform. Like, if you get like 2 people dying on IRL, like I think Twitch is axing that section immediately because Twitch doesn't want to be known as like, oh, that one website where the people fucking died, right? Like,
yeah, but do you think they have the terms of service to be able to like withstand that as a company?
What do you mean by terms of service to withstand it?
Like have like all the law and legal shit that you would need to be like, if this person dies on our fucking website, like we're not liable?
Oh, I don't know if Twitch. I don't know if there's like legally any problems because it's not like they're not subject to like FCC like broadcast rules or anything. It's just like internet related shit, you know. I don't think
so. That can't really affect it as a whole. Then.
Oh yeah, no. I think that like for Twitch, looking at that kind of stuff, it's just like PR, like liability related shit. I don't think anything is going to happen in IRL. Let's face it, Twitch isn't going anywhere for a long time. They were acquired by Amazon for $1 billion. Amazon isn't going to let Twitch die for no reason, right? That's not going to happen. I don't think.
Of course.
But yeah, I feel like that IRL section is probably on the way out. Like it's going to be like 1 or 2 like really catastrophic things are going to happen, and then Twitch is going to be like, this is way too fucking hot to handle. Like that ICE shit could have been it. Like that getting swatted off the plane, like. That kind of shit can happen. Like if it happens a few times, like you don't want that negative stigma associated with your company. I don't want people to think of my website, and other streamers might start to feel that way too. You know, like I make a living because in a large part, I associate alongside Twitch, and that's a big platform that I market when I talk to a sponsor or somebody if I'm trying to get on somebody's good side. And if people know that platform as the place where people go to fucking die, that's a really bad, it's a really negative impact on your clientele.
I gotcha. I can understand that. Yeah, I miss gaming talk shows.
Gaming talk shows. They used
That's
to
what
be
it
really.
called.
Oh, that's what it used to be called. Are there still a lot
Yeah.
of them? Those used to
Then
be
it
like
was-
a lot more popular, are they?
Well, I mean, pretty much people just went under gaming talk shows for like IRL, like things that
Yeah.
I'm doing right now, essentially. And then they just changed it to talk shows, and then it became IRL.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it's still considered. Well, I mean, and it's social eating. Does anybody even use fucking social eating anymore? Because that was kind of like the gaming, the IRL section for
Yeah.
a little while was social eating, and now who the fuck social eats?
I wanted to say a name, but I don't want to. I was gonna do Ice Poseidon drama, so I don't know. Yeah, some people sit down and eat a lot, but yeah, I don't know.
IRL section pretty much covers anything you're not doing gaming related, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm not saying who the fuck eats on stream. I eat on stream every fucking day. I'm saying who goes under fucking the social eating section.
This is where
First
you.
time anybody ever went under social eating, the first thing I saw was a guy eating cereal with mouthwash.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. This is kind of a crazy history of streaming kind of thing, but believe it or not, in Korea, it used to be very popular for there were.
I thought it still is.
Oh yeah, it might still be. Yeah, where women streamers eat and they like kind of share a meal with you. Yeah.
It's kind of a fetish. Isn't it?
Well,
People have
I
an
don't know if
eating
people
fetish, don't they?
masturbate to it.
I think they do.
Okay. I mean,
I think people have a serious fetish for the eating. Like, what is it called, chat? What is that? I can't remember what it's called.
Are you talking about feeders? Because that's something very different.
No. They just eat on stream. They just
Oh.
eat meals.
Okay,
on
I don't
stream.
know.
Mukbang or something like that?
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't
mukbang,
know what you're talking
mukbang.
about.
Yeah, dude, people definitely have fucking... Dude, I wouldn't put it past people. I'm just saying.
Sure. I just didn't know this was like a masturbatory experience for some people. I was unaware of
It
that.
has to be, dude. Everything's a masturbatory experience. I don't even know masturbatory was a word.
Okay. Huh.
I learned a new word today. Let's go.
What's
That's
that?
a great word, man.
Masturbatory?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a question I have. Do you
If
do...
you wouldn't have said that, by the way, if someone else said that, I'd have been like, you made that up.
Oh.
You fucking made that word up. But because you said it, I know it's real.
Well, thanks, I think. Oh, what? Do you do any kind of like special moderating for your chat?
As in, I just don't like dipshits. I'll ban dipshits. That's pretty much my only mod rules.
Okay, because I'm kind of noticing...
Go on.
I was gonna say, I noticed your chat doesn't have like a fuck ton of like spam like some people's do. Like it's nowhere near as bad.
Okay, you know what? That brings me to another topic. Do you think the channels, and I do not, I don't mind these channels, like whatever, do what you're gonna do, it's your streaming. Do you think that kind of started the whole Twitch channel, or the Twitch like just kind of weird fucking community we got now? Like, are the channels that don't moderate a goddamn thing, might as well not even have a mod in your channel, probably lose mod as soon as you ban one person. They just let their channel go nuts.
Yeah,
Do you think that's like leaked into other streams?
I don't know if it's leaked in other streams. I mean, maybe that kind of. I know that culture you're talking about. I hate it. I don't ever do that shit. When I get hosted by people like if Wreckful or not Steel, but if any of those like larger streamers, like I'll say that shit like right over the bat. Like, dude, if you're spamming multiple emotes in chat, like I'm perm-banning you first time. Like, get that retarded fucking shit out of here. Like, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of shit is really obnoxious. And I like never understand. I've always wondered like, maybe I'll ask Wreckful next time. Like, how do you even talk to your chat when you look at your chat and it's like a fucking wall of
that's the
literal
thing.
fucking stage 4 cancer, like that's just being.
But have you ever thought about it being a thing? They're placed on purpose so that they don't have to pay as much attention to the chat as the average streamer.
Well, but then like Wreckful will like be talking to his chat and shit. I don't even know how. Like he's like having a conversation, and I'm like, I feel like I'm looking at the fucking Matrix, except instead of like the green text, it's like Kappa faces and try hard.
You know, I think Wreckful's probably on the lower tier end of age chat. Not like the lower tier, but I mean, yeah, it's an age chat. But there's some people that outdo the fuck out of his channel when it comes to that.
Oh, in terms of cancer, yeah, it's possible. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of that
Personally,
like super chat spam shit is like really cancerous to me. I've never.
I can't stand it. Like the only reason I'm letting chat go ham right now is because we're doing this. If I saw what I'm seeing now, it would be in sub mode. And I'd probably even go through and ban some dipshits.
You're like the
That's just
parent
how
with
I
like
do
their
it.
kids at like some special event, and it's like it's okay right now because we're hanging out with relatives. But if we were at home right now, I'd be kicking your ass.
Exactly. I be calling people on the chat. I be telling chat like, yo, you guys are fucking way out of hand. We're going into sub mode. And then if I saw some subs like, you know what's funny? You know what's funny is when you see spam going down like crazy, and then you go sub mode. Some of those subs won't realize it went sub mode, and they'll fucking continue to spam. And be like, all right, bitches, all right, you fucks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, oh man, it sounds really bad. I'm a horrible streamer, dude. I love banning subs the most because they're the people sometimes that think they're invincible. They think they're never gonna get banned, and nothing makes me feel happier than laying down a sick fucking permaban or a sick like 128-hour ban on a subscriber, and it's like, you thought I wasn't gonna get you, motherfucker. You thought your $5 was gonna keep you safe. Nothing's gonna keep you safe, motherfucker. I'm in a bad mood right now. I'm gonna ban whoever the fuck I want.
Dude.
Oh god, I feel so good.
When I'm in a bad mood, you don't even have a different opinion than me, or I'm fucking on edge, dude. It might happen. You know what I mean? Even if it's not right and it's not fair, if you fucking dude, if I'm in a bad mood and you don't like, and I say that I hate Yeezys, and you say that you like Yeezys, you're on the chopping block, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, yeah. Sometimes that's your only refuge. It's to ban channels in
because
chat.
if sub mode gets out of hand, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Where do you go
shit
now?
You can't do. Exactly.
Gotta bring it out, dude. Email me
gotta
later.
keep it
If I
under
rage
control.
ban you, I'll unban you. Just send me an email. I'll be cool about it. But you know,
I
at the
take
time,
a donation.
okay, that works too.
They hit me with a $5 donation and say, my bad, I want to be unbanned. I'll be like, all right, you can go ban. I mean, like, how else are you going to... I'm not going to answer a fucking email about an unban, all right? I don't got time for that shit.
Damn. My favorite ones are like, are the fan messages that you get where it's like, oh man, I feel so bad saying. I feel kind of sociopathic, but you get like messages and they're like, dude, these are my favorite because I have logs of all my chat. They send a message like, listen, I've been a fan of yours for 7 years, okay? And out of nowhere, you ban me in chat. I'm never watching your stream again. I'm really disappointed. You're a way different person you used to be. And so, like, you know, I'm curious, like, damn, I wonder what this guy said. And I'll, like, go and look up, like, the chat logs or whatever. And the guy's last message is in, like, all caps. And he's like, Destiny, why are you even playing League? You're the worst fucking cancerous piece of fucking faggot shit in the fucking world. You're so bad. It's like, dude, like, hey, you were watching me for 7 years and you thought you could say that in chat without getting fucking banned? When you see I'm in a bad mood, like, the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Those are always funny. And I always, like, send him a message back and, like, dude, like, you're fucking funny, man. Like, have fun watching, you know, Sodapoppin or whatever. Like, see you later, dude.
I hear you.
Oh, shit.
I hear you, man. But, yeah, I usually keep my chat pretty controlled. Like, well, I try to my best to, right? Like, it's never ending. There's no... You can't ban enough people, right? Yeah. So, I have strict rules for sub mode. But then I have no problem banning idiots, like, out of the chat, like out of normal mode, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I actually like it. I'm pretty good at it. Hitting that right click, perma.
Yeah.
Feels
you get good at that micro when it's
Yeah.
scrolling up on the page and you still fucking nail it. Bam!
Yup,
You see that
dude,
bang?
that's some
and
skills right there.
You didn't even have to hit the scroll wheel and you just see them scroll off
Didn't even
into
have to
non-existence.
Didn't even have to unban the poor bastard you accidentally banned in the fucking...
Not even a collateral hit. Ugh.
Not even the scroll. You're right. Those are the good ones. Those are the good ones.
Oh fuck. Oh, there's a really common misconception I noticed because I was gonna say, like, in looking at your chat, like, even now, like, when they're quote unquote going crazy, they're actually, like, pretty well behaved. Like, you'll find people who think like, oh no, like, if you have more than like 500 viewers in a chat room, like, it's always gonna be spammy. Like, no, that's not true. You can keep a chat under control, like, of surprisingly large sizes. If you just don't like. Here's some shit that try this one time, okay? If you go into, like, I don't know if Sodapoppin, I know Recfuls does it, Ice Percentage does it. If you go into a chat like this, well, not Ice Percentage anymore, sorry. If you go into a chat like this and you mute, like, the first 10 people you see spamming emotes, you get rid of, like, half the spam. It's always, like, a really small group of, like, 10 or 20 idiots that are spamming, like, a million fucking emotes over and over and over again.
Huh. That's actually interesting.
It's really weird, yeah. And you'll notice when you go into I don't know if there's, like, a big streamer right now on Twitch that's streaming, but, like, if you go into the chat, it's always, like, 5 people that have, like, 10 lines of, like, spamming the same fucking emote that ruin the whole chat.
I hear you. People just love it.
Yeah.
Some people. Fucking, that shit's weird to me. That shit's super weird to me. Check about this one. Do you ever watch small streams?
Listen, dude, I actually don't like watching streams at all, so no.
Okay.
I don't even know how people watch me sometimes, but no.
I understand.
Why? What about it? What do you see?
I was going to say, one of my favorite things to do on Twitch is go into small channels and watch people freak out that you type in their channel or something like that.
Aww.
I think it's hilarious. It was like a Twitter raid or something like that to, make up for it. One time we convinced the guy that I was Nazo Bravo. Okay, so there's this guy, and he's streaming. His name's Baki.
Okay.
Baki Hanma, okay? And he's a mod on my channel to this day. But we went to his stream one night. Me and my friends were all on Discord, and we straight up convinced this guy that I was an Armenian rapper on YouTube. And this guy, he's like listening to my jams and shit. Well, not my jams, you know what I mean? But he's listening to my jams and he's like, yeah, man, you're sick, dude. You're sick. And we had this dude convinced for like 30 straight minutes that I was this fucking rapper. And like just doing stuff like that is just so much fucking fun, dude, on small channels. I love it. And he's been a fucking homie ever since. It's just like, he makes friendships in weird places.
I can never do that because when I go anywhere and they say my name, they're like, "Oh shit, is that the official Destiny the game channel?" That's all I get. My funniest Destiny kind of related streaming moment of my whole life. So I have like my own website with its own subsystem and everything on it, right?
Okay.
So from a long time ago, my funniest moment ever is I get to my computer. And every now and then I get people that show up on my site, or especially my subreddit, that are looking for Destiny the game stuff, right? So I show up on my computer, and I've got like 10 messages on fucking Skype, and people are like, dude, you need to come to chat. Like, you have to talk to this dude. Like, shit got really fucked. And I'm like, well, what happened? So I go into my chat, and there's this guy who's like trying to find like tips for Destiny the game, and I noticed that he's like a tier 4 sub. He's like my highest tier sub. And I'm like, what's going on here, dude? And so I scroll up and I start talking to people, and apparently this random fucking dude wandered onto my website, destiny.gg. He thought it was an official Destiny the game site, and people in my chat convinced this guy that he had to subscribe to me at the highest level to unlock some Destiny bullshit in the game. And after he subscribed in chat, everybody started making fun of him.
Oh my god. Wow, that's
shit.
some Twitch trolling shit right there.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
That was pretty good.
That's some next level troll. Holy shit. That's amazing.
Do you do any kind of email interaction with people, like with fans or not, or do you just not fuck with that shit? No, yeah.
Hell no.
I imagine at your size, I'm probably like ultra transfers.
I don't even deal with emails whatsoever. My manager handles all that stuff, and that she'll just bring stuff to me that she thinks is right for the stream, basically.
Gotcha.
And I'll go through it, the ones that I think she thinks, and then I'll let her know the ones that I want to do, basically.
Cool.
But as for interactions with streamers or viewers, Twitch messages are extremely hard to reach me on Twitter, pretty much, man. You want to hit me up, you hit me up on Twitter as a viewer. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Or catch me on like off-stream chat, which is probably pretty rare.
Cool.
What do? You email people?
Yeah, that's part of how I grew in the beginning was the big fan interaction, so I respond to every email I get. It's one of my things.
I used to do that too, but with Twitch, the Twitch emails or Twitch messages, I used to respond to every single one.
Oh, sure.
Then one time I just got really big, and I thought I was better than everybody else, and I stopped doing it. You know?
Oh yeah. Oh, I saw that. I saw that video.
Yeah.
On LivestreamFail, how you used to be a real cool dude, and those guys are like, he never hangs out with us.
Oh my god! Wait, dude, that actually got on a video?
Yeah, I saw it, dude. That's when I realized how big of a douchebag you were. I always thought you were could I was
That
like,
is
yeah.
unbelievable. That is so unbelievable. One, how do these people know that? Wait. Did they show the people? Did they?
I think it was like there was some clip. Well, somebody has to have this in your chat. There's something online. I'm surprised that your fans.
Does
are,
it show their faces?
I think so. Right? Isn't it like 3 guys that hang around chatting? They're like, oh yeah, Summit used to be real cool, but then he got like too big and he didn't like talk
I gotta
to
see if I even recognize these guys. I want to finally figure out if this is real and people
no.
actually think that, or if these guys are trying to pretend.
These were Summit,
I gotta
right?
see this link.
Did you guys remember?
I think it's on Ice Poseidon stream.
Oh, maybe somebody shoot the link. I thought I saw this. Yeah.
I heard about it. And I kind of ranted on about it, like, motherfuckers, like, even if they were my friends, like, I moved to a whole different fucking state. What do you expect me to do? Send you flowers every week? Like, I just go live my life. I'm sorry.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with streaming. I didn't hang out with them even before when I moved to Colorado and had my Time Warner cable job. I wasn't hanging out with them either, like, at that point either, or talking to them. It was just a different state. But I am interested to see if these guys are legitimately, like, old friends.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on. I'm shooting you a link on.
I have, like, commitment issues and...
Here you go. I'm shooting you a link on Twitter DM. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I sent you a link also to that kid's neck that was so savagely fucked up.
Oh my! It looks like a little tiny rug burn.
Yeah, it looks like, or like a little hickey maybe. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I would be so embarrassed to post that shit on Twitter. Oh my god, dude.
Wow, that's interesting. Shit.
Okay, I sent you that's YouTube link. Here you go, dude. 40-second song. Get ready. You might not want to show this on stream. You don't know how many fans you're about to lose. So.
Oh my god! I'm ready to go. Are you gonna watch it too?
Yeah, sure. Hold on, I'll load it up. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
But I have, like, commitment issues and girls usually want me to commit and I just can't do that. Yo! What do you think about Summit 1G?
I used to be friends with him a long time ago, and he just...
What happened?
Right when he became popular, that was it.
What do you mean?
He blew off all of his old friends.
What did he do?
He wouldn't call us anymore, wouldn't talk. I hit him up all the time on Facebook. Him and his wife, Desiree.
Desiree?
Have you
Who's
ever
that?
seen him?
No.
Look.
Summit?
Yeah. Gonna bring the car here?
No, he's going to the college. He's going with the college.
There you
Yo,
go,
can
my
you
dude.
get banned
Do you
for
know him?
showing ice in
I
a
do
video?
know him.
Uh-oh.
Okay, one,
Uh-oh.
I never had this guy's number in my life. Okay?
Well, that's
For
why
one.
you didn't respond to his calls,
That's,
all right?
Apparently that's why I didn't respond to his calls. Two, I used to think he was a cool guy. He came into I used to work at a LAN center, and he would come in and play World of Warcraft all the time, and I'd shoot the shit with him. But we never did anything outside of my work. Ever. Did we ever hang out or have any type of community? I think he hit me up on, like, Facebook one time. And, like, I responded and shot the shit with him a little bit on, like, Facebook. But other than that, dude, one, I don't ever go on Facebook. I'm all Twitter, right? I don't even know my login for Facebook at this point in time. This guy never hung out with me outside of work, not one fucking time. And that was it. I never had his phone number, no nothing. But I know exactly who he is.
Well, damn, there you go.
I
Well, now
exactly
you
who he
know.
is. What the fuck? Bro, you're going to talk shit about me? You were a cool dude. We never hung out. What the fuck do you expect? I'm in a different state now to top it off.
Do you ever get that? I get a surprising amount of that, and I'm not even that big, where people will like message you like, dude, like, why don't you ever respond to me? And it'll be like somebody that maybe I talked to a couple times on Facebook when I had like 100 viewers, but like they'll just send me like a random as fuck nothing message like, hey, saw your one stream, it was funny, and like I don't know, like, and they'll be like, dude, like, you never talk to me on Facebook anymore. Like, what happened? It's like, I never ever talked to you on Facebook. Like, what?
I've never had that. This is the first experience for me.
Oh, well,
you
damn.
had that though.
It's very, very rarely, but yeah, sometimes.
I've never had any friends hit me up and be like, yo, man, ever since you became, Summit1G, all of a sudden you're too cool for, your old friends, or you're too cool for family, or any of that stuff. Nah, nothing. My big brother might give me shit sometimes because he texts like a girl. You know what I mean? He likes to text a lot.
All the time, yeah.
Has nothing to do with like me like not wanting to text back. Or not wanting to talk, but I'm not a texter. I don't like texting. Unless it's girls. It's different.
Sure.
It's different. You take one for the team if it's a girl,
Okay.
I can't believe it. I think this guy's name is John. I know his name.
Oh shit, are you doxing him right now? Whoa,
no,
you better calm down.
No. I would never.
Oh,
Like I said, this
shit.
guy was he was actually a really cool dude. I used to talk to him quite a bit when he'd come in, and he'd play World of Warcraft, and I'd always watch him play World of Warcraft and shit like that, right? But we never hung out outside of the job, and I never had his phone number, and I live in a different state now. I don't know what the fuck people expect. I left some of my best friends I've ever had in my life in California, and we don't hang out and don't talk that much because I live in a different state now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's no getting around the different state thing. Like, what the fuck do you expect me to do? Call you, shoot the shit, never hang out? Like, when I call people or when I text people, it's generally to make plans,
Sure. Yeah. They just want to like hang out on their bed and chat with their best friend Summit for.
Yeah, I don't know. But I do remember this guy. I remember him being a cool dude.
Well, now you know he's
unfortunate.
not. He's trying to play you the whole time, dude.
Damn, man, I can't. That hurts my feelings. my fucking feelings are hurt. That's crazy that he ran into him though. That's a trip. I remember this guy's story pretty good too. He was in the army. All right, he was in the military.
Oh shit! Now we got John in the army.
He got his wrist. He got his wrist shot. While he was in there, so he was on. I don't know what happens after that. Like in the army, he was on leave and shit.
He got like a Medal of Honor or some shit.
No. I mean, he was getting paid to be like, take leave from the army or some shit. Like, what is that called? I don't even know what that's called.
Medical leave.
I guess.
I don't know if it's a special thing in the army or whatever, but
I don't know. But yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe it. I definitely thought it was just gonna be some random fucking guy that I didn't know. But I remember this guy. I remember specifically he played a paladin too.
all right. So now we have John, the army guy that got shot in the wrist and plays a paladin. We're getting pretty close, dude. Ooh, Hassan's in chat, dude. He's hovering on that ban button. He's ready to fucking pull the trigger, dude. Oh shit.
That's crazy though. Yeah, man. But no, I've never like ditched friends because I was one day Summit1G. The reason my friendships mostly just kind of dwindled into just like friends that don't ever hang out and really contact each other, like just kind of like because I moved to a different state. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you have your lives, I have my lives. I haven't seen my family in God knows how long. You know what I mean? Like, it has nothing to do with me getting a big head about being a big streamer all of a sudden. It's just...
What does your family think, like, in general about what you do and everything?
Oh, my family loves it. They love it. They all like to tune into the stream. They're all super proud of me. They're all pissed at me because I never visit. And I'm really bad at communicating, but, like, you know, they're all
That's
proud
really
of me,
cute.
man. They're all like to brag about me and stuff, you know?
Oh,
My big brother comes into the channel all the time. My dad lets me know how my little brother's doing, and he's like, he tells me, like, hey, he always talks about me at work and stuff. And, you know, I have, like, Desiree's side of the family. Her mom and dad love me, and they live here now, so they come over all the time. Shit like that. And just real supportive shit, man. Real supportive
shit.
My family was always real supportive by gaming. Like, as soon as my dad saw that I was taking a real heavy interest in PC gaming, he went out and bought me a computer. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's really cool.
So my dad was always super cool, always super supportive, and I mean, obviously he wanted us to be like, as long as we were getting good grades and shit, and not completely fucking up, like he was down, you know, he was cool.
Cool.
Yeah. What about your family? You live in the same state as them? You hang out with them? You see them a lot?
Nah, they actually moved away when I was kind of young. That when I was 16, my mom and dad ended up moving to Florida, and I stayed in Nebraska to finish all my school and shit. But
No shit.
yeah, they didn't like the fact that I played so many computer games. I guess I don't really blame them. I played a lot of games when I was growing up. But no, my mom is like super cool. She's like really. I could like fucking murder people, and my mom would still be supportive of me because I'm her baby.
She'd
and
have your
whatnot,
back?
so yeah, she's really really cool.
She'd turn the police away if she was like harboring a fugitive or what?
If I was the fugitive, if it was like a
Yeah,
family,
no shit.
yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Oh yeah, sure, probably yeah. My mom is really really chill. The worst moment of my whole streaming career was my son watches all like the fucking YouTubers now, right? He likes that shit on YouTube. He watches all the Minecraft things and everything. And I thought that one day, because when he was starting to get into that, he watches like, I don't know if you know any names. Do you know like Dan TM is or any of these people?
Isn't Dan the guy who? Dan TM or Dan M?
I think he always calls him Dan TM, like Minecraft YouTubers.
Okay, no, I don't know.
Okay. He was like, he watches all these YouTubers, so I thought one day I'd be like real sick, and I was like, yo, Nathan, check this out. And I tried to show him one of like my funny clips from when I was playing DayZ, and he was like, okay. And he like clicked out of it in like 2 minutes. He was bored as fuck.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I felt like such a worthless sack of shit. I was like, damn, dude, I guess my shit's not funny. Go back to Oni-san or whatever stupid shit the fucking kids are watching on YouTube. I guess like, oh, dude, it was savage as fuck. He wasn't even nice about it. He just like clicked the X in the corner and like wanted to go find like a Slender Man video or some shit. I guess to cleanse his palate.
Shit, that hurts. It's gotta hurt a little bit.
Yeah, it was pretty harsh.
Oni-san. He means Onision.
Oh, well, yeah, whatever. I don't fucking know these crazy kids today, dude.
Yeah, dude's a trip. Fuck, man. I so baffled by that video.
Wait, is it mind fucking you now, dude?
I am blown away by this. I'm trying to see if I can recognize anybody else here, but I think it's just him.
If you take like a 2-week
Because-
like vacation from your stream and these dudes end up dead, everybody's gonna know like what happened, right? You sound like you're getting like really
like I
bothered
said,
by this.
Like I
Shit.
said, I'm just baffled. I'm baffled. Like I said, this guy was a cool dude, so no disrespect. But also, I didn't have his phone number. Just saying. Maybe I did at one point. I'm not sure. But we definitely never hung out outside of stream. Definitely all work related.
Hi.
There's
What a
another
fucking trip.
video. Uh-oh.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Someone in your chat just said there's another video. I don't know. He might have been bullshitting.
Is there like a longer one?
I don't know.
We'll see what they say.
Two guys. There's more convo.
Hit me with the link, chat. It's gotta be somewhere. I gotta see this other one. Yo, you guys gotta stop donating, man. I can't like go read all these after chat. You guys all donated like a crazy amount of money, and I
There's a photo on Imgur of Summit in his competition roller skating days.
Oh yeah, you never know about that. That's
You were a
another one of my-
competition roller skater?
It was listen, dude. You know when you got sometimes it's a family thing going on. I think you get forced into it at a young age.
Wait, how young are we talking?
I mean, I started when I was really young, and it went to all like high school.
Okay. Do we have any like crazy like teeny bopper fashion trends going on or whatever?
I mean, there's a picture. You just gotta go look up like Summit1G skating, and you'll find a picture. And it's a little embarrassing. I actually convinced people it wasn't me for the longest time until someone actually dug a little bit deeper and found my name.
Oh damn.
That was another one of the most embarrassing moments. But I mean, hey, fuck it, dude. In the past, it is what it is, you know.
Okay.
I always said I'd rather have like a dick pic surface rather than that shit, though. You know.
Do you ever have people Photoshop like pictures of you like skating through like Molly Fire or anything, or?
No, thanks for giving them.
I was just curious. Never mind. I don't know. People trying to like combine the worst moments of your life or something. Okay,
I mean, they might. I guarantee I'll get something on Twitter tonight. I guarantee it. Chat, I want this video. Yeah.
Aww.
Two worst moments of my life. 100%. Okay. You may look at that picture and think, man, he's a bitch. But just know, I used to pick that chick up on fucking skates while moving down a fucking surface while spinning. I'm just saying, this shit was hard as fuck, and it was kind of cool, to be honest.
Have you ever played like Just Dance or whatever on stream? If you're so talented, if you're so athletic.
I hate you, dude. I fucking hate you.
Wait, why not?
I hate you.
Wait, am I missing like a?
I've been on the gamer diet for like 5 years, dude. Okay, I get winded going up my stairs.
Oh shit. Well, damn.
I'm not. That's not that bad.
Well, maybe you live in like a fucking mansion. Maybe that's actually pretty impressive. I don't know how big your house is.
Nah, it's not. It's not super big.
Okay.
Do you own a house, or are you like leasing, or?
Yeah, I own two. I owned one, and then my internet sucked dick, so I bought another one to move to a better internet and school spot for my kids. So yeah.
Very cool.
Oh wait, are you in that Cox life?
Okay, so I'm gonna watch this one.
Okay, yeah, sure. Hold on, wait. Let me load it up. I gotta come along for the ride. Okay. Are you ready?
Oh shit, I'm at 4019. Go to 4019.
Okay, hold on.
Summit1G used to live down here in Buena Park area.
Oh damn, he's going to your docks and everything. Okay, I'm at 4019. Ready?
All right, go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Really?
Oh yeah, is it like a gaming center?
We could set him up. I could wear a mask. We can go on his stream, and then I'll pull the mask off, and boom, he's banned.
Right.
No, I'm joking. I would never do that. That's just a dick move. I would never do that. But like, yo, tell him he is thick. Shut the fuck up.
Thick, dude.
Best way to pay him back: buy him an escort and mod him in chat. What kind of escort would you like?
Blonde hair, blue eyes, 6'1". Tranny.
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Tranny.
What are you, a Nazi? I got you, man. Trust me, I got you something. I'm gonna give you a little surprise, dude. You're just saying that. I got you, though.
Is there any more, or is this it, guys?
I don't know.
But we're gonna go to the college campus.
You know what's so funny? I feel like I'm a part of your life.
You are.
I think he says go back a bit. Let me go to like.
Part of my life watching. What do you mean?
I'm gonna go to like 3930.
Oh god,
See
you're
what
gonna
he
get like
says.
an
I
unhealthy
don't-
obsession with this dude.
I don't recognize this guy. I don't recognize him. I don't know if I've ever had like conversations with him or what.
Somebody said to go to 40 minutes because you missed the part. You passed it.
Go to 3940, I guess.
Wait, hold
No
on.
Summit.
Okay, 3940.
Yeah.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
It's worth it because I get a bunch of. I go on the news and I get fucking shit. But this will be. I'll get my channel shouted out this time though. So it'll actually be worth it. The last time wasn't worth it because I didn't shout anything out.
You want a shout out?
Shout out what?
How close are you with Summit1G?
I don't.
Personally know him?
I've met him. I don't personally know him. Why?
My buddy John, best of friends with him.
How does he?
Best of friends.
No Summit.
So Summit1G used to live down here in Buena Park area, and he'd always play at Howie's Game Shack.
Really?
Oh yeah, is it like a gaming center?
We could set him up.
Okay.
We could.
Goodness. Best of
I could
friends.
wear a mask.
Best
Come
of
on!
friends, dude.
And then I'll pull
Seriously?
the mask off. Boom, he's banned. No, I'm joking. I would never do. That's just a dick move. I would never do that. But
mean-
like, yo, tell him he.
The truth of the story comes out, right? I mean, how much can you trust him when he says he used to play at Howie's Game Shack when I fucking worked there? You know what I'm saying? It's a little different, you know?
Sure. He didn't even know you worked there. Maybe he just thought you really liked the place. You hung out all the time, and you wore their shirts because you
But
liked
he's not
it.
lying. Like they knew me. We were cool. Like I didn't know this guy. I don't think I knew this guy, but I knew the John guy. He was cool. Played World of Warcraft. Played a Paladin. Oh, was he talking about John? Oh, he said he said Summit1G.
It'll actually be worth it. The last time wasn't still.
How Summit1G used to live down here in Buena Park area, and he'd always play at Howie's Game Shack.
See, he said I played at Howie's Game Shack. 57 minutes. Oh, we already seen this one. We already saw it.
Go to 57. Damn, your chat's like on the ball, dude.
No summit.
Yeah, I'm looking.
All right, we're going to 5700. Or wait, this might have been what we've already seen, I think.
No.
Are you watching it?
Yeah, I'm at like 56, 46.
Oh, okay.
He says right when he became popular, that was it. He was done. When the fuck did I become popular? Like, maybe like 2 years after I moved? Maybe like a year after I moved? I hadn't talked to him for a year. Before I became a streamer. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, good point. He was your boy, dude. That guy had your back through thick and thin. And look what you did to him.
All the time on Facebook. Him and his wife, Desiree.
Desiree? Who's
You
that?
ever seen him?
No.
Look.
Summit?
Yeah.
Trying to bring the car here?
No, he's going to the college. He's going to the college with us. How do we know that? How do we know you're not lying? Ask him? Well, I don't know. I don't know him.
Ask him where he used to work in Buena Park.
So you can single-handedly expose and dox him. Don't do that, but
He used to work at.
you have a lot of power, my friend. I just hope you know that. You could probably make a lot of money selling that information.
How big is he?
Who?
How big is he? Yeah.
He's one of the biggest.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like down there?
that's interesting.
What happened? What are you listening to?
Alright, sorry.
Your chat's
We're
going
off of it.
crazy. What happened?
He said he's one of the biggest. Or he asked me how big I was on Twitch, and then Ice Poseidon says he's one of the biggest. And then the guy's like, down there? And I was like, yup. You know, penis.
Damn. Oh, I got you. Okay, okay. High quality, high material.
Yeah, uh-huh.
All right.
Man,
So, do you have any
it's
big do you have any big streamer beef? Is there like another streamer that really hates you or that you really hate or anything?
Not really. I used to not like Moon for the longest time.
Okay.
The
I don't know.
Overwatch streamer, but he's cool. I like him now. We're friends now. Well, you know, yeah, as friends as we can be over the internet, I guess. He's a cool dude. So there's been like people that I've like kind of taken my first impression of and kind of just ran with it basically. Like I didn't like Gold Glove when I first saw Gold Glove stream, you know what I mean? I thought he was kind of like a dipshit, kind of like an asshole.
Damn.
You know, until you watch someone streams for a long time, then you start to like them a little bit. Like, how many times you gotten that? Have you ever gotten like yo, I used to watch your channel, I used to fucking hate your guts, and then I just started watching it a little bit longer, and like, I actually like you now, I watch you every day. You ever get that?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah, same deal. It's like, I'm only human, shit happens.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
I
I'll
do,
see a streamer and
especially
just be like, man, this guy's dumb.
Sure. Especially since I do all the political shit now. There's a lot of people that like make it their life to try to like hate on me, and then usually when people watch me, like, oh, he's not actually like the worst human being in the world. So, yeah.
I hear you. I'm not really sure what I thought of you when I first stumbled upon you. I kind of forget.
Ouch. Well, I guess when you're a no-name who only gets a few thousand viewers, and
I mean,
not
you
like
weren't
Summit, you know?
You weren't a no-name back, you know? Like, I was a
Oh,
no-name.
so I am a
was the
no-name
no-name.
now. Okay, damn. You
No,
didn't used to be.
my-
Oh, my God.
You're
The truth comes out.
ridiculous.
Holy shit.
I was trying to say that I was
You were
the
trying to say that
no-name,
was
you know
back
what I'm saying?
before you were a no-name, dude. No, it's all good. I
Oh,
understand.
my God.
It's all good, dude. The old dog like me has to make way for the new blood like you. It's all good, dude. Everybody deserves their time in the sun.
I know. Then I'm going to be in the same boat one day,
It's all good, dude.
you know?
When all the kids are playing
Dr.
Overwatch and...
Disrespect's going to pass all of us up.
Oh shit, dude. I don't usually watch streams on Twitch, but like I watch his like if I see a Dr. Disrespect clip, I always have to click it, dude. He's funny as fuck.
Exactly. He's going to pass everyone. As long as he can keep it up.
Yeah, I think he can.
I think he just got a Turtle Beach sponsorship, so he's got to change his headset now.
Uh-oh.
That's interesting.
Did he ever get like an official Old Spice sponsorship, or did that never?
I'm not sure.
I know they
Not
tw-
sure. The
they-
only two sponsors that I know of are G Fuel and Turtle Beach.
Gotcha. They tweeted at him once. The Old Spice people did. I remember that, but I don't know if anything ever came of it.
TFW, you missed
I have no
StarCraft
idea.
streams.
It's
Now
possible.
you miss LOL streams. Hashtag
It's definitely
dank.
possible. I remember the first time Sodapoppin came to my channel.
Oh
The
shit.
most drunk I've ever gotten in my whole life. I'm talking like I spent like an hour and a half drinking, and then I spent like 8 hours throwing up. And Sodapoppin subbed to my channel. I has like maybe like 1,000, maybe 1,400 viewers or something like that. Actually, maybe more because it was DayZ standalone, so I blew up a little bit. So I was like maybe 2,000, 3,000. And he came in. I remember asking my fucking friends over and over and over again, "Is that the real Sodapoppin? Sodapoppin just subbed to
Aw.
my channel? Is that really Sodapoppin that subbed to my channel?" You know what I mean? He's a huge back then. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I mean, still is huge, but you know, to me, like, he's just like way bigger. When you're smaller and you're looking up, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, it was the worst night of my life too. So Sodapoppin subbed my channel. Ended up being the worst night I've ever had in my whole life. So yeah, that was awful. First time that was the first time. It was confirmed that blackout drunk is not just a myth. Like I woke up on that toilet, you know,
Oh
not
wow.
knowing what the fuck was happening, just tossing my lunch, you know.
That sounds like shit because you got the whole VOD from the night before, huh?
Oh yeah, man, I couldn't even make it through doors in that game. I remember there's a whole YouTube video, right? And there's like a clip of me trying to get into this door. I'm so fucked up. I'm going on the left of this door, then I go on the right of this door, then I go on the fucking left of this door, try to get into this fucking room. Yeah,
Was this in a game or in real life?
DayZ.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't think I can ever be that fucked up to the point where I can't get through a door.
JK
I can crawl through
fuck
a
I
door.
don't know,
Mobus.
damn, dude.
Yeah, it was bad. I've never been so drunk in my life. It was belligerent, like really bad.
So here's like a reminisce. Did you ever play the original DayZ, like the mod, the Arma II mod?
Oh, of course, I loved it.
So like this
That
is like
was-
one of the
Go on.
saddest things that I will ever think about. I feel like that was probably the most fun I'll ever have in my life in gaming. That Arma II mod. I don't think anything will ever come to that level of what that was.
It was not only was it really good, but it was also fresh
Fresh
and
as
new.
fuck.
Like it was the first part of the genre. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It was just,
And you didn't
it
have
was
like
quite amazing.
everybody. You had like the perfect balance of like griefers and role players and people that weren't that good and people that were pretty good and and it was still new and unexplored and like I feel like that nothing will ever be as great. Or have you had like a more fun game that you've played on stream?
Nah, DayZ Arma 2 mod days were probably my favorite.
Yeah.
I used to play a mod called like Overwatch, and there was airplanes in it. and
Yeah.
shit, so it was-
Did that one
it
have
was
base
blast.
building too?
No, it did not have base building.
Oh, okay,
You can
okay.
like it had like you would spawn in with a bike. You can like build a bike.
Gotcha.
It had like pretty good amount of gun spawns. There was airplanes spawning around the map, like on a few different spots around the map. The most fun was when like the server would restart, and then you'd fucking have giant battles for these airplanes, and like the coolest shit would happen.
Sure. I think,
Yeah.
I didn't like any of the base building ones either. I think the one I played was Day Zero was the mod that I played. It was supposed to be like a little bit more balanced with guns going up, but
Day Zero is like the hardcore DayZ.
kind
Like,
of, yeah.
Very very scarce loot. Very very like vanilla.
Sure.
DayZ,
yeah, it
basically.
was not very much in the way of feature added, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but that base game, like, I'm trying to think because people ask me like, "What's the best game you ever played?" Like, I don't think anything even comes close to the original to the original DayZ experience. I don't think anything even comes close to touching that. That was so much fucking fun. Holy shit.
Yeah. And nothing, at least for sure in that genre has ever done anything close.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. We'll see, though. Hopefully in the future we'll get something like that again.
Once DayZ gets to
but
the
I doubt
beta.
No, I've lost faith in that game completely. I'm
Yeah.
thinking like there's a new one coming out called Breaking Point.
Oh, sure.
That was originally made as a DayZ mod, and they're finally coming out with a standalone version of their game.
Gotcha.
So we'll see how that goes. That's probably 3-4 months out.
I always get really annoyed when people because I tried to find, I don't know if you went through this lonely phase in your life where you're trying to find like a DayZ replacement. There was this phase for me. It was really annoying whenever people would say like, oh, you play this game, you should play Rust, you should play PlayerUnknown's Battleground, or these like battle royale mods that started to get really popular. It's like the perfect replacement for DayZ. It's like, dude, this is nothing like what DayZ was.
Yeah, at all.
Yeah.
Battle royale games don't do it.
No, it's not even. It's
they're
like
okay
totally
for a while.
Yeah.
But DayZ was just, I don't know, man. I mean, the amount of times like you'd run into some really great role players and just super funny shit. I remember lyric clips on that game were so fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
That's where he got popular, right?
DayZ, I think, was like his break game, yeah, like his big break. I think it was World of Warcraft before that. Because he was I think he I was just talking to my chat about this the other day. He's like, he started as like a Towley mod, and then started his own stream.
Oh.
And now look at him, man. Whew. He's the big dog.
That he is.
Yeah. Shit, dude. As much as I like to continue this conversation, it's 1:30 in the morning. 1 million people have donated and subbed, and I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do about that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, sure. I'll talk to you some other time when you got more free time or you want to shoot the shit or whatever.
Yeah, this was fun. I had a good time. We should definitely do it another time.
Yeah, right,
like,
dude.
for real, we should make a date or something, because not like we're going on a date. Relax, all right? I'm just saying. We'll just hit each other up then.
Yeah, no offense, but
future
after
plans.
hearing what you do to your bros, like, I don't think I'd be interested anyway. I'm not gonna get burned like those guys, man.
Oh my god! As soon as he got famous, man, just stop calling. Stop talking to us. The moment he got famous, not when he moved.
Yep.
The moment he got famous. God, man, I'm a little I'm pissed about that.
Sure.
But
All
yeah,
right,
man, yeah, we should do this again sometime. I don't get to talk to a lot of streamers about shit, so it was a good chill time for sure.
Cool. All right, well, hey, I'll see you later, man. Have a good one.
All right, man, have a good night.